I know how to drive a little bit. I've been behind the
It is time for Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com. Rebel Sports brought to you in part by the Rich School District, Evanston Regional Hospital, Ready, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In, the Station on Main, Les Schwab Plains Tire, Stacy's Repair, Summit Pizza, Little Springs Water, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Ellingford Brothers, Hometown Drive-In, the Town of Woodruff, T7 Propane, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, McKay Franken DDS, and the Crawford Trough. Let's go to the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth and join the voice of the Rebels, Aaron Poling.
Welcome inside the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth as we welcome you in to something from the Pregame show. I'm Aaron Poling, joined shortly by the broadcast colleague for the afternoon, Ron Leifson. As the weather looks to break a little bit, this is getting up to that the varsity football team online at MyLocalRadio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
When pizza is calling your name, order a Summit Pizza. With homemade dough and all fresh ingredients, every pizza is a culinary masterpiece. Owners Thad and Melissa Willis are rich high school alumni. They continue the Rebel tradition of excellence and service. Feed your taste buds, feel the happiness with a fresh homemade pizza from Summit Pizza. Don't forget the Doodles, a Summit Pizza original creation. Summit Pizza, 70 West Logan Road, Garden City.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Welcome back inside the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team, online at mylocalradio.com. As it is time for your Little Springs Water scene set for today's action. And for that, we're going to bring in my broadcast partner for the day, Rob Leifson. Rob, what do you have for us?
Well, it's going to be a little bit windy today, Aaron, and the temperature is about 42 degrees. And it has been raining all day yesterday and today, though the clouds have cleared. I think we're going to stay dry, but I've walked across the field a couple times, and it is a little bit soggy.
Well, Rob, we are going to stay dry because we are under a roof inside the press box. So that's good news. But hopefully the players stay dry, and hopefully they stay warm. It is a chilly day, as you see a couple of players out there wearing long sleeves, and I don't blame them. Noticing for the Thermopolis side, I didn't really notice that much warm weather gear over on their sideline. Hopefully they'll be able to stay warm throughout the day as well. So it's kind of a chilly day, a little bit of a rainy day. Hopefully the rain stays away, but if the rain does come through and it does start to rain throughout the matchup, who do you think that favors, Rob?
I actually think that favors the Rebels. Thermopolis comes in at 1-3, Aaron, and Rich is 4-1. If you look at this one on paper, the Rebels definitely having the advantage. They average 29 points a game, only give up 7. Thermopolis averages 10 points a game and gives up 12, and only average about 188 yards of offense to the 325 from the Rebels. But if you look at the two matchups that both these teams have had, Rich took care of Kemmer last week, 35-0. The Hot Springs County High School took care of Kemmer, 34-0. And both of them have losses to Mountain View. Rich took the loss 6-24, and Hot Springs County took the loss at 0-14.
Yeah, so you can't ever on paper call a win, because if you remember last year, it was a game that the Rebels statistically dominated outside of one category. That was the turnover category, and that's really what cost them the game. We'll get to that more later on the keys to the game, but when we come back, we'll hear from head coach of the Rich Rebels varsity football team, Tyson Larson, as you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
When you have an emergency, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Open 24/7, the professional emergency room staff is trained for trauma, medical, cardiac, pediatric, orthopedic, and obstetric emergencies. Bear Lake Memorial is a critical access level 3 trauma center, offering immediate access to radiology, lab services, surgery, and internal medicine consults. The ER teams are well-trained professionals who are ready to act. When you have an emergency, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
The team at T7 Propane in Woodruff is always cheering for the Rich Rebels, in sports, in the classroom, and in life. For quality professional propane service, call T7 Propane in Woodruff, 435-793-4208. When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today.
When you need automotive service on your car, truck, semi, or tractor, call Clay and the team at J-Bar Auto in Randolph. J-Bar Auto also offers competitive pricing on tires for all vehicles. Call or stop by J-Bar Auto today.
When you have an emergency, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Open 24/7, the professional emergency room staff is trained for trauma, medical, cardiac, pediatric, orthopedic, and obstetric emergencies. Bear Lake Memorial is a critical access level 3 trauma center, offering immediate access to radiology, lab services, surgery, and internal medicine consults. The ER teams are well-trained professionals who are ready to act when you have an emergency. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
I'm here with the head coach of the Rich Rebels varsity football team. That's Coach Tyson Larson. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. You, Aaron?
Doing pretty good. So you guys are coming off a pretty big win, homecoming week, and you guys got another shutout. What does it mean for you guys to pick up the win in the fashion that you did?
Well, we joke. We got donuts. That was the Coach Perry hands out donuts every time there's a donut on the scoreboard. So I think defensively, the kids played hard. They did awesome, and that's what we like to hang our hat on is defensively. So I was proud of them doing that, but I was proud also. I think offense was clicking, and we were able to try some different things and just kind of mess around with different formations and different plays we wanted to start rolling with. So overall, it was a good game. It was a lot of fun.
So what are the things from the game that you really liked that stood out to you?
I was proud of our line. I thought in terms of passing, our passing looked really well in terms of a lot of time. And then, like I said, just defense. I've thought a lot about it all weekend, just watching different college football or NFL teams, and some of the best, funnest teams to watch are those with defenses, and because that's something that you can always bank on being consistent. Sometimes you might have a couple plays go awry offensively, but if you can make sure your team's relentless flying around on defense, then you're going to be in a lot of games. And so I was just excited to see that how dominant our guys looked defensively, to where I had no worries. It wasn't a couple series into that game that I knew we would win that game, simply how our defense was playing.
So I want to talk about a moment that you guys had. It was initially supposed to be the first drive, but circumstances and things kind of happened that I've never seen a kid be as upset with scoring a touchdown as Jaden Desch was. But you guys called timeout on the 1, and you guys brought Carter Grohl in. You allowed him to run in a touchdown, and it's his first homecoming without, of course, Coach Grohl. Everyone's aware of what happened, but what does a moment like that do for a team, and what does it mean for you to be a part of it? Because I thought it was something super special.
We were just trying to find ways to maybe honor Coach Grohl, a longtime coach here. I played for him. We were trying to find ways to honor him, and we figured what better way to do it than to honor his posterity, like a kid that's gone through a lot of hard times. So it was exciting for us to surprise that kid with that, and hopefully do something that would mean a lot to him that he'd never forget. And I felt like that was a way to do it, especially knowing, hey, we're gonna celebrate as well. We're gonna earn a 15-yard penalty over it, and we're gonna burn a timeout for it. Like, just letting him know that it meant a lot to us, and that there's more to life than football. I love the game, but I would hope that our guys in our program learn other qualities and just learn to take care of them, take care of each other. We view our team as a family, and hopefully they all get that same vibe, that we care about them. Not just them performing on the football field, but we care about them and what happens in their life and where they go from here.
But you guys also ran a hook and ladder, too. I guess that was one of Coach Grohl's favorite plays. That's something that might stay in the playbook because it's pretty successful.
Yeah, we tried one last year, too. He loved them. He ran them all the time. I remember watching Coach Grohl's teams, and they ran a lot of them, and they were very good at them. We tried one last year, I think, against Cokeville, and so I try to be creative with the kids a little bit and try to have something fun in the playbook to possibly run each week and kind of get them excited. Say, hey, this is something we might try. And so that was one that it wasn't a might. It was we will do this. We want to put it in for what a better way, once again, to honor him by doing something he loved. So
looking forward to next week. You guys have Thermopolis, and it's no secret around the program. You guys feel you owe them one after last year got away from you guys late. What do you know about Thermopolis, and what are you guys prepared for?
They have a couple of really good athletes. They have number 12 and number 1 stand out on film big time, and they love to air it out. They beat us. They're just a kind of air raid. They go shotgun and spread you out and run a lot of read option and try to catch you running that way, but also with, like I said, throwing the ball. So I think that's what I expect them coming in, that they'll be a pretty high-powered offense. That, like I said, I'm excited because that's the best trait we have is our defense. So I'm hoping that our guys can shut them down and can hit hard, and hopefully we can move the ball really well. But you nailed it. They play hard. Last year I felt like that was a game that got away from us. We had way too many turnovers, and flat out they played, and they, I think, outplayed us, and that I'm hoping will be something that sticks with the kids and a little stain that they remember to make up for this year.
So when a team is going to spread it out like the Thermopolis Bobcats do, it's something that doesn't happen a ton in high school, at least in Wyoming high school football. What's the key defensively to stopping that?
You always got to get pressure on the QB and maintain him because he's one of their best players, and he runs a lot and he wants to run. Heck, he'll throw it, but he would love to run it too. So I think containing him, putting pressure on him, and then also have just being disciplined in the secondary and linebackers and knowing your job. I think that's going to be the big thing we're going to tell this week, because some of our game planning is, hey, make sure you know your job every play and execute it. Trust everyone else to do their job and put us in a good position to make key stops, and then bend, don't break. They might get 7-8 yards on a couple plays, and we'll give it to them occasionally as long as we don't break and make them have to drive a whole field on us. Don't give them chunks of 20-30.
You guys will be successful this week if you do what?
If we're relentless on defense again. If we play hard on defense and disciplined, I think our defense will give us enough opportunities to hopefully kickstart our offense, and hopefully we can roll into there with some momentum from Kemmer's game and pound the ball on the ground against them as well offensively.
We want to thank head coach of the Rich Rebels varsity football team, Tyson Larson, for being a part of today's Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show on the Summit Pizza pregame show. As I'm Aaron Poling, joined by Rob Leifson in the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. About 15 minutes left till kickoff. When we come back, we'll have some keys to tonight's matchup as you are listening to 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as tuning in on 98.3 KADQ.
When you're experiencing pain from an injury or pain for an unknown reason, it can negatively impact how you function every day. It's good to know that individually supervised physical therapy is available at Evanston Regional Hospital. From athletes to seniors, we assist patients with personalized treatment plans. We offer a broad range of therapies, including cardiac rehab, post-surgical rehab, concussion recovery, and sports rehab. Ask your family doctor if physical therapy is right for you, or call one of our therapy departments directly. Evanston Regional Hospital, helping you get your life back.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. You always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It is time for your Ellingford Brothers keys to today's matchup. As for your sand, cement, and gravel needs in Evanston, call Ellingford Brothers at 800-789-1511. And Rob, what do you have for some keys for today's matchup?
Well, the first one I'd mention to you, Aaron, is the passing game. Thermopolis gives up 70 yards on average per game, and the Rebels have one Jaden Desch, who averages 80 yards a game in receptions. So if you do the math real quick there, Aaron, we got a problem. So if the passing game runs well, Jaden gets his average, I think that bodes well for the Rebels. Number 2, you mentioned it, last year's matchup in Thermopolis did not go well because of the turnovers. And if the Rebels continue the streak they're on, they've given up the ball once on an incredible play by Cade Early and an interception. That's the only turnover the Rebels have had. And key number 3 would be the weather. Whether that's going to be an issue or not is going to be the question. It's starting to clear up. It still only feels like about 35 degrees out there, and that 17-mile-an-hour gust on the wind may be a problem, but we'll see. And I'd say key number 4 is the run defense. Thermopolis only completes about 30% of their passes, so it's going to be the run that's going to be the key. If the Rebels can shut that down and force them to go to something that is not their strength, that bodes well for the Rebels.
A couple players to look out for on the Thermopolis side. Both last names Duke. You have Del Dukes and Armani Dukes. Del Dukes being number 1, the junior. Armani Dukes being number 12, the sophomore, as Armani will play quarterback. And, Del Dukes actually kind of was the Achilles heel for the Rebels last year. He had a couple real big receptions in that comeback for the Bobcats last year. So the Rebels are going to look to shut them down as we got about 10 minutes left before kickoff. As I'm Aaron Poling, that's Rob Leifson. Thank you for joining us on the Summit Pizza pregame show, as that was where your Ellingford Brothers key to the game, as you're watching on mylocalradio.com as well as listening in on 98.3 KADQ. And we want to welcome our friends from Fremont County, Wyoming on 101.7. We want to appreciate them tuning in and listening as well. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineup for we'll have your Rich Rebels roster as well as some starting lineups.
When pizza is calling your name, order a Summit Pizza. With homemade dough and all fresh ingredients, every pizza is a culinary masterpiece. Owners Thad and Melissa Willis are rich high school alumni. They continue the Rebel tradition of excellence and service. Feed your taste buds, feel the happiness with a fresh homemade pizza from Summit Pizza. Don't forget the Doodles, a Summit Pizza original creation. Summit Pizza, 70 West Logan Road, Garden City.
You hear that? That's the sound your new water makes just before it gets to your bottle. You see, at Little Spring Water, they don't add a thing. It's the purest, cleanest, and healthiest water you could possibly drink. It's nature in a bottle. Little Spring Water is a family-owned and operated bottled water company right here in Utah. Nestled in a beautiful canyon in Bear Lake, this spring has been in the family for 5 generations, and now it can be in yours as well. It's high-quality premium drinking water packaged in a durable, recyclable bottle that won't spill or crack on you and can be refilled multiple times. No chemicals, no additives, just pure, clean, healthy water. And because Little Spring Water is local, you can get it at a fraction of the cost. Look for Little Spring Water at a grocery store near you. If you don't see it, ask your grocer for it by name. Little Spring Water. It's nature in a bottle.
Welcome back to Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. Let's meet the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity team.
Carter Grohl, sophomore, running back, linebacker.
Noah Perry, senior, running back, the end.
Samuel Leifson, junior, running back and cornerback.
Jaden Dash, senior, receiver, and DB.
Jet Holmes, sophomore, quarterback and linebacker.
Carter Hoffman, junior, linebacker, and the quarterback.
Kason Johnson, senior, receiver, and cornerback.
Zenick Stocking, junior, safety, wide receiver.
Raiden Lutz, senior, linebacker, and running back.
Dylan Wasden, wide receiver, DB, sophomore.
My name is Jeremy Garcia. I'm going to be a senior, and I play linebacker and running back.
Antonio Maldonado, junior, outside backer, back.
Hudson Perry, freshman, running back, safety.
Drake Weston, junior, running back and outside linebacker.
Riker Hoffman, junior, strong safety and running back.
Daniel Smith, junior, DB and wide receiver.
Jasper Johnson, freshman, running back and linebacker.
Kel Argyle, freshman, fullback and linebacker.
Cade Nelson, sophomore, center, defensive tackle.
Kason Huffaker, senior, D tackle, right guard.
Jordan Johnson, junior, left guard, defensive tackle.
Boston Jolly, sophomore, right guard and defensive nose guard.
Easton Eborn, sophomore, guard and tackle.
Riley Goff, freshman,
offensive tackle and defensive end.
I'm Bodie O'Mealy. I'm a freshman, an offensive tackle, and a defensive end.
I am Talon Pace. I am a junior. I play center, guard, and tackle on offense, and then on defense I play D-tackle and end.
I'm Carter Stokes. I'm in 11th grade, and I play D-line and offensive line. I'm Colby Stokes. I'm a junior. I play offensive line and D-line.
I'm Jack Bell. I'm a senior. I play defensive line and offensive line.
I'm Bailey Weston. I'm a freshman. I play offensive line and defensive line.
I'm Carson Meerbrook. I'm a senior, and I play offensive and defensive line.
Aiden Weston, receiver and cornerback.
I'm Jadix Chandler. I am a junior this year, and my position is right guard. My name is Wilkes Weston. I'm a freshman this year, and I play cornerback and linebacker.
Jack Wakefield, sophomore, offensive defensive lineman.
Paxton Nicodemus, wide receiver safety, 9th grade.
Riker Kirk. I'm going to be a sophomore, and my position is a running back.
Hi, my name is Connor Carrillo. I'm in 9th grade, and I play corner and wide receiver.
My name is Taggart Stewart, and I'm in 9th grade, and I play corner and wide receiver.
Welcome back inside the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth that is your 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football roster. We've got about 6 minutes left to go before the end of pregame, before kickoff, as Rebels are talking to the officials right now as we're about to get our coin flip. Rob, it's a chilly day for football, but this is what it's going to be like the rest of the season, so you might as well get used to it, because if you remember back to last year, at the end of the year, it snowed, so it's about to get really, really cold in northern Utah / Wyoming / wherever the Rebels are going to play the rest of the season. And that's the thing about football, is it starts hot and then it gets real cold on you real quick, and you'll see which teams can make the adjustments quicker. And I think that'll be another key to today's matchup.
And all this week the Rebels have had to practice a little bit in the rain on a wet field, so they've had a little bit of a practice already with the circumstances, but this field's not that bad. Like I said, I walked across it a couple times, and it is a little slick, but it's not muddy. It's not going to be a mud bog out there, and it soaked up that rain pretty good, especially after raining most of yesterday and last night and this morning.
In other news around Rich High School athletics, the Rich Rebels hit the road to take on the Tintic Miners today, as they're in a little bit of a two-game road trip, as they'll hit Tintic today and then Wendover tomorrow. We'll have the Wendover game for you live on mylocalradio.com as well as on 98.3 KADQ.
I tried to get some updates, Aaron, because they did move up the times on that Tintic matchup, but either my sources are not there yet for the varsity match, or they are engrossed in the game and do not pay attention to their cellular devices.
In fairness, that's how it should be. But speaking of engrossed in cellular devices, we are watching the coin flip, and I missed someone deferred. So it actually looks like the Bobcats will receive first. Rebels are going to kick. They'll get the ball to start the second half. I do like that. Remember last year in Thermopolis, Jack Bell, our standout student of the week this week, he got a fumble recovery in Thermopolis on the very first play, as it's going to be a wonderful day for football, as we got 4:35 left to go in the pregame. When we come back, we'll have the live cam, the national anthem, all of the ceremonials, and then we'll have some football. As you're listening to 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as on 98.3 KADQ.
When you're experiencing pain from an injury or pain for an unknown reason, it can negatively impact how you function every day. It's good to know that individually supervised physical therapy is available at Evanston Regional Hospital. From athletes to seniors, we assist patients with personalized treatment plans. We offer a broad range of therapies, including cardiac rehab, post-surgical rehab, concussion recovery, and sports rehab. Ask your family doctor if physical therapy is right for you, or call one of our therapy departments directly. Evanston Regional Hospital, helping you get your life back.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. You always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Welcome back inside the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. As it's time for your national anthem, so we're going to turn it over to the crowd mic, and we will go silent for the anthem.
And now Della Stringham, an 8th grader from Rich Middle School, will sing our national anthem.
I'm so sorry. I wasted your time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose best stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets fade away, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the heart of the brave.
Tremendous job with our national anthem. Thank you so much.
Welcome back inside the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. As Rob, we are just moments away from kickoff as the players hit the field one last time, just moments away. Rob, what stands out to you so far about today?
Well, I think the weather's not going to be as big a factor as maybe we had thought earlier, Aaron. I think maybe the wind may have a little bit of impact on the passing game, but I want to see the Rebels get off to a good start. They did win the coin toss and deferred, and that means the Bobcats will get the opening kickoff.
It doesn't matter what the weather is. Coach Larson will be in shorts as he's in shorts today. As it's kind of chilly outside. I definitely wouldn't be wearing shorts. It is very, very cold. These players are going to have to stay warm on the sideline. I imagine they're going to huddle up. As the Rebels will kick off, we are just moments away from the opening kick. Has a little bit of Rebel Jacks going on before the start of the game. Jaden Dush has the ball in his hand, also has the tee, getting a couple last-second instructions from the coaching staff. So I believe that's Jordan Perry out there leading the troops. As the Bobcats are about to hit the field as well. Rob, I'm excited for today. Last year was a very good matchup between these two teams, and I kind of expect a lot of the same. I think this is going to be a very good matchup between two teams that are going to come out and they're going to battle, and they're going to try to do it in different ways, I think. Last week we talked about the Rebels' run defense being really at task because of Kemmer's offense, and they run the ball a lot. It's going to be the pass defense this week. Let's see what the Rebels have drawn up defensively, as their defense has been very good, led in the backfield by Dash with 4 interceptions so far this season. As, speaking of Jaden Dash, he tees the ball up, takes his steps back, whistle blows, he approaches, ball is in the air. Actually, it's on the ground as it's a low line drive that's fielded there. Very well done by number 22, Jason Bass, as he makes a great play at the Bobcat 40. That's where they'll take over, 1st and 10.
Bobcats will take over at the 40-yard line.
Dukes at the quarterback, Aaron, 16 of 47 this season so far for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
It'll be Armani Dukes, the quarterback in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left, has a back in the backfield with him. He's going to send a man in motion. That's number 20, Ethan Yarrington. As he slips, goes down, they're going to run an inside handoff. Doesn't go very far before the running back, number 4, Zane Stam, goes down. Of course, as soon as your knees hit the ground, you're down in high school football as you'll gain 2. Second down and 8. Yeah, we see the field get a player for the very first time as Yarrington went down when he went in motion. Fortunately, he was all right, able to get up. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Dukes in the backfield. As he gets the snap, it's a little bit of a read option up the middle. He's hauled down there by Hoffman as it's out across the 45 to about the 46, bringing up 3rd down and 4 for the Rebel defense. 11:14 to go here in the first quarter. This is the first drive of the ball game. I'm Aaron Poling. That's Rob Leifson. Thank you for joining us on a chilly day here in Randolph as the Rebels and Bobcats just underway. Pistol formation, Dukes with Stam in the backfield behind him. Surveys the defense. They send a man in motion as they get the snap. It's going to be a read option up the middle as Dukes is going to keep, and he is going to lose yards, go backwards. Wonderfully read by the Rebels defense as that'll force a 4th down and long as the loss of 3 on the play, bringing up 4th down and about 7. Hoffman on the play. See what the Bobcats decide to do is it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field on their own side. Big opportunity for the Rebels here. Their safeties are back deep to return a punt as Dukes has trips to his right. Ball has to get to the Bobcat 49-yard line. As Yarrington goes in motion. Couple last-second instructions from the sideline. As Dukes in the pistol. Hard count, and we get a jump as it's going to back the Bobcats up 5 yards from the linebacker spot. Raiden Lutz was very quick to point that out. False start against the Bobcats, backs them up. So we'll see what they decide here.
I don't know. 4th down and double sticks. You think they got to put this one in the air with the punt. And they will do so.
11 yards to go.
Zach Hasty is standing inside his own 30 as he appears to be the punter. Back deep to return for the Rebels. Riker Hoffman, Jaden Desch with Hoffman on the left, Desch on the right. Snap is caught, punt is away as it's a sideways end over end as Desch fields at his own 30, makes a man miss. Still on his feet at the 35, continues to rumble forward, still going all the way out to the 40. Not a lot of yardage on the play, but Desch was able to work his way forward as the ball came out late. They're going to rule him down as the Bobcats came away with it. It'll be 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 40 after the defense gets a stop.
Well, that's exactly where the Bobcats started their first drive, Aaron, so we'll see in comparison on the first possession who comes out on top.
They actually mark Desch down at the Rebel 39-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:27 left to go here in the first quarter. Rebels getting their first crack on offense after the defense got a 3 and out. Hoffman lines up in the gun. He's got Noah Perry to his right, trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Hoffman gets the snap. He's going to roll to the right, looking to throw, fires, has a man deflected and caught. That's a great concentration there by DJ Smith, or excuse me, Daniel Smith as he makes the catch at the Rebel 45-yard line off the bobble. Gain of about 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 coming up. It's a good concentration there by Smith as that ball was deflected. I'm not sure by Smith or it was by the defender, but if that defender gets to that ball, that's 6 going the other way. Rebels break the huddle. 2 receivers to the left. Hoffman under center is going to send a man in motion. That's Riker Hoffman. They give to him on the counter as he cuts to the outside. Out across the 45, makes a man miss. All the way out to the 50. Ball comes out, and it appears that the Bobcats have it, and they do. Dell Dukes with the recovery. And once again, against this Thermopolis team, Rob, turnovers have killed the Rebels.
So the Bobcats will take
It's hard to
over.
tell if he was out of bounds when he recovered that. At least part of his body looked like it was out of the field. But referee says other direction. So,
And you know, that's not the big thing. The worst thing is you can't fumble the ball. And not even 3 minutes in, the Rebels had the same problem against Thermopolis last year. They'll have to clean that up. Dukes in the pistol, has 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Gets the snap. They're going to run option to the left side. As Dukes pitches it late, ball's on the ground. As Carter Hoffman picks it up. Actually, I take that back. Carter Hoffman doesn't pick it up, but the Rebels do, and Jaden Desch, as the Rebels defense gets it right back. Rob, after a catastrophic play the way the offense did, it's huge for the defense right there to come get it back.
and I didn't see who put the hit on the quarterback as he was trying to make the pitch, but that ball was maybe a little bit cold, Aaron, and a little bit slippery.
I believe it was Kaysen Johnson. Carter Hoffman had the first chance to recover, but I believe that Jaden Desch ends up with the recovery as the Rebels, after a wild sequence, we still have 9 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. They send a man in motion. It's Hoffman. They're going to go right back to Riker Hoffman as he picks up 3 on the play, and I love that from the Rebels offense. Going right back to Riker, showing that you have faith in him despite the turnover.
That is a good call.
2nd and 7 for the Rebels. Ball on the Bobcats 37-yard line. Ball has to get inside the Bobcat 30 for a first down. Come out in the I formation. Perry, the fullback. Drake Weston, the deep back. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As they get the snap, they're going to hand to Weston up the middle. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll bring up 3rd down and 7 as he loses about 6 inches on the play. 8:20 left to go in the first quarter.
Logan Defoe is the man on the tackle. Aaron Jr.
Seattle Mariners fan, we have it in the press box.
It's 3rd and 7.
A phone found in the parking lot. Looks like it must be a Seattle Mariners fan.
3rd and 7 as the Rebels break the huddle. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hoffman under center. Perry's the deep back. Send a man in motion in Riker Hoffman as it's going to be a read option. They're trying to give to Perry. A couple of players had him wrapped up. I think Carter was trying to pull it at the last second. Perry holds on. That's going to lose a yard. They'll bring up 4th down and 9. See what the Rebels decide here. Rebels huddle up as the play is ran in. 7:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Ball placed on the Bobcat 38-yard line. Rebels break the huddle, and the offense is going to stay on the field. 4th and 9. Hoffman in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gets the snap. He's going to look right. Comes back up the middle. Has some room. He's going to take off and run. Out across the 30 as he reaches for it. It's going to depend on the spot. And by that far official, it looks short.
It does look short.
Stopped there by number 22.
As it'll be a turnover on down. 2nd turnover early for the Rebels offense.
Not enough for the first downs.
Justin Bassey, number 22 on the tackle.
Defense has been good so far for the Rebels. 6:53 left to go in the first quarter. And Rob, we've had quite the first quarter so far.
It has been exciting, I will admit.
2 receivers on each side of the field. Duke's in the shotgun. As Tam is the back behind him. As they get the snap, they're going to give to Stam up the middle as he's taken down after a gain of about 3.
It's like Drake Weston, number 23, and Raiden Lutz on the tackle.
You have to be really disciplined as a defense for the Rebels as they really hold that read option. They are waiting until the last second to pull and give. As if you're the Rebels defense, you have to stay disciplined on the edges. Trips to the right. Duke's in the shotgun. Stand behind him. Gets the snap. Read option again up the middle. They give to Stam out across the 35 to about the 36 before he goes down. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Bobcat offense.
Drake Weston, 23, and Noah Perry, number 2 on the tackle.
Noah Perry also in on the
Stam
stop.
is the one that seems to be getting a lot of the carries. He's got 58 carries this year for 221 yards.
Duke's in the gun. He's got trips to his left, single receiver to the right. As he gets the snap, it's going to be a keep around the outside. He is taken down from behind. Sam Leifson blitz from the backside on that play. Takes down Dukes from behind. Great read by Leifson. That'll bring up 4th down and 5 with a loss of 1 on the play.
for a loss.
He was a little frustrated last week, Aaron, at least I've heard, because every play went away from him, and that one went away from him too, but glad that he could track it down.
Said enough of this. I'll go make the play myself as he blitzed off the edge and from the corner spot, and I don't think the Bobcats saw him as Hasty on the field to punt again, standing at his own 25. It's 4th and about 5, so Rebels got to be careful here on the hard count. Snap is low. It's a good field by Hasty. Punts it. Not a good one, as that's going to land on the Bobcat side, but it'll take a Bobcat roll across the 50 to the Rebel 47, as it'll be 1st and 10 Rebels from the 47-yard line, and defense has been the name of the game so far, Rob.
Absolutely. The run defense, we talked about it earlier. Bobcats don't put the ball in the air very often, and kudos to the Rebel defense for keeping that running game
that's a little
in
bit
check.
That's a little bit of a change from last year, as quite often the Bobcats threw the ball. As the Rebels break the huddle, they got trips to the left, one receiver right, as Hoffman's going to come out under center, Perry the deep back. Hoffman gets the snap. As he gives to Perry up the middle, he doesn't get much. If he gets back to the line of scrimmage, if at all, they're going to give him a gain of about 6 inches on the play. 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter, 2nd down and 10. We are tied 0-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Rebels offense, they'll face 2nd and 9 from their own 48-yard line.
On the play, 2nd down and 9 yards to go for the first down.
Rebels break the huddle. They send 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hoffman in the shotgun. Perry to his left, gets the snap, as they're going to run the option the other way, as Perry gets the pitch, runs over a man, is able to pick up an extra yard on the play, but not much more, as it's going to be spotted at the Rebel 49-yard line, as that's a good tackle there by Dukes on the outside.
Yeah, it's hard to run that option on the short side of the field, Aaron. Not a lot of room to work with.
3rd and 8. Ball on the Rebels 49. They have to get to the Bobcat 43-yard line for a first down. Hoffman in the gun. Hoffman under center. Send a man in motion as it's Weston as the ball's on the ground. As another fumble for the Rebels offense, as the Bobcats have it. 3 turnovers already here in the first quarter.
Recovered by the Bobcats, so I did not
as
see who
the
recovered
Bobcats
the ball.
get the turnover. Rebels turn it over 3 times here in the first quarter. 3:53 left to go here in the first. It'll be Bobcats ball at midfield. 1st and 10.
I'm wondering if that cold air is making that ball a little bit tough to hang on to, Aaron.
Bobcats offense on the field. Getting a couple last-second directions from the sideline. Pistol with an extra back in the backfield. Behind Dukes is Stam. As they get the snap, they're going to hand to Stam up the gut. He goes down as he's going to lose some on the play. Of course, in high school football, the moment your knee hits the ground, you are down. That's a good catch by the near side linesman. A loss of a yard on the play. As try to find the closest Rebel to credit them with a tackle.
That would be Casper.
I think Stams slipped on the play. Yarrington is in the backfield next to Dukes. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As Dukes gets the snap, looking to pass, is going to throw immediately, has a man dropped in the flats. As that was number 23, Ryan Arens, who had the ball, hit him in the numbers, fall to the turf. That brings up 3rd and 11 for the Bobcats offense.
First passing attempt by the Bobcats.
Yeah, it looks like they got the look they wanted. Arens was open, and unfortunately he just dropped it. In the shotgun is Dukes. Stam is to his left. Ball has to get to the Rebel 40 for a first down. They send Yarrington in motion as the left side of the line took off before the play. We're going to get a false start.
5 on the play before the play.
And we got an injured player as we're going to take a timeout. As you're listening to a First Bank of Wyoming, you're listening to the Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Players broadcast booth as the injured player is up and making his way off the field. As after the whistle blew, there's kind of an awkward collision between Jack Bell and Stam. Just kind of, you know, when you get revved up to go for a play and the whistle blows, as there's a false start penalty against the Bobcats. It'll back them up to 3rd and 16. Ball on the Bobcat.
Make it a 3rd and 16.
46-yard line, or 44-yard line, excuse me.
From the 44-yard
Trips to the
line.
left. Duke's in the shotgun. As he gets the snap, he's going to roll to the left. Has some space, looking to run as he's strung out and taken down. What a play that was. Credit Kason Johnson with the sack as he shed a blocker last second, takes down the quarterback Dukes at the Bobcat 39-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and about 23 on the play. As you got to imagine this will be a punt.
23.
So the Rebels offense, they're going to get a 4th chance at it here in the first quarter. As here the sideline letting the players know, make sure the ball is kicked. It's hard to expect a fake, though, here as the snap's high. It's a good field. That is nearly blocked as Muirbrook coming through. Fair catch called for by Riker Hoffman at the Rebel 38-yard line, but Carson Muirbrook nearly got to that one.
Yeah, I was expecting that ball to not be coming out of the backfield.
The 38-yard line.
1st and 10 Rebels. Ball on the Rebel 38. 2:26 left to go in the first quarter. Still no score. As we move back to our live cam, we apologize about that. Rebels offense looking for something. The only first down of the game that they got was the original fumble by Riker Hoffman. He had the first. See if the Rebels can get the offense going a bit. Hoffman under center. Perry the deep back. 2 receivers to each side. As Hoffman shouting out final directions. Sends a man in motion. It's Riker Hoffman as they're going to run the option to the near side. Hoffman was out in front of, Riker was out in front of Carter when Carter wanted to pitch, so he was unable to do so. Would have actually been all right because it would have been a forward pass, but the Rebels lose 2 on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 12.
Zach Hasty on the tackle, number 2.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd down and 11.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Rebels in the huddle. They break that huddle as they send 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hoffman under center, Perry at the backfield. This clock continues to wind. Send a man in motion as they're going to hand to Weston on the reverse. Had a little gap, is able to make some room as he rumbles out across the 40. Finishes there well as he picks up about 2 on the play. That'll make it 3rd down and 8 for the Rebel offense.
Ethan Yarrington on the tackle.
Makes it 3rd down and 8. The ball's right at the 40-yard line.
Rebels have to get to the Bobcat, or excuse me, they have to get to their own 49-yard line for a first. Make that the 48. Ball placed on the 40. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hoffman gets the snap, looks that way. Loads up, is going to throw, and that is intercepted. Actually, it falls incomplete as it was in the hands of Yarrington. It's knocked loose. That'll bring up 4th down and about 8. Got to imagine the punt team's going to come on the field here.
Hoffman incomplete. So that'll bring up the 4th down.
Defense has been the name of the game, Aaron.
As Desch is in the game to punt. He's back deep on his own 25-yard line. As they send a Renz back deep as he stands on his own 25. Desch gets the snap, lets the punt go, and it's a pretty good one as he's going to let it bounce at the 30. Takes a Rebel roll inside the 20, continues to roll to nearly the 15. What a job there by Jaden Desch to completely flip the field. 1st and 10 Bobcats from inside their own 20 make it their own 16 with 51.8 left to go here in the first quarter. And that's a weapon that you can have on a team if you have a good punter, as Desch was able to pin the Bobcats back.
definitely the worst field position they've had to start from.
Duke's in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers each side. There's a couple last-second adjustments. Gets the snap as they're going to hand up the middle. As it is Stam. He's bounced outside and pushed back. It looks like he's going to lose. Or actually, they're going to give him a half yard on the forward progress.
Looked like number 10, Kason Johnson on the tackle.
They'll bring up 2nd down and about 9 as the ball placed on the Bobcat 18-yard line. 25 to go here in the first quarter, still tied at 0. Duke's in the gun, gets the snap as he hands up the middle. It's Stam, rumbles forward, continues, still on his feet. Whistle finally blows after a hard-fought 2 yards, as that looks like that's going to be the last play of the quarter.
Credit Easton Eborn on the tackle on that one, number 59.
As clock winds under 2 seconds, and that'll do it for us here in the first. You're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ and 101.7 for our friends over in Fremont County.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. As we head to the second quarter, we are still tied at 0s. Bobcats face a 3rd and 6 from their own 20-yard line, as both defenses have been stellar here in the first quarter of the ball game. Duke's in the backfield, gets the snap as he's going to keep it himself with the triple option. Pitch to the outside, cut up the middle, and that's going to depend on the spot as it's very, very close. As we got an injured player on the field. As we're going to go to a quick commercial break, you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as tuned in on 98.3 KADQ and for our friends in Fremont County on 101.7.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth as the injured party is off the field and appears all right. Hopefully to see them back in the ball game as well. As that's a 1st and 10 for the Bobcats with 11:50 to go in the second quarter. Ball placed on the Bobcat 36-yard line. Actually, make that the 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Duke's in the gun. Gets the snap. As he hands to Timms, we're going to get a flag thrown as they're going to blow it dead.
My guess is we're going to get a procedure penalty on the Bobcats. Got an update for you from Tinnick, Aaron. The JV won in 3 straight sets, and the varsity is up 17-10 in the first set.
So that's good news, as that'll back the Bobcats up 5 yards. You were correct about the procedure penalty.
Back 5 yards, it'll be 1st and 15.
1st and 15 for the Bobcats.
3rd penalty on the Bobcats. All of them have been procedure penalties.
Duke's in the gun. He's got 2 backs in the backfield. Stam to his right, and it looks like base to his left. A couple of last-second scans of the defense, gets the snap. As they're going to throw right away. That's incomplete as Noah Perry had an opportunity at that ball. As that was a quick pass. Falls to the turf. Incomplete.
Riker Hoffman, number 24, Aaron was shaken up on that play earlier. He sat out for a few. Hudson Perry took his spot. He's back on the field.
Yeah, that was a big collision right at the marker for the Bobcats to get the first down. But it's 2nd and 15 Bobcats. Ball on the Bobcat 21. 11-14 left to go here in the ball game. Still tied at 0 as Dukes gets the snap. As they're going to hand. That's a good tackle right there.
Talon Pace, number 60.
Pace takes down the ball carriers. I believe that was Bass. Brings up 3rd down and about 14 is looking at the half-yard on the play. Rebels defense looking for another stop here.
Gain of about a yard on the play. We'll bring up 3rd and 14.
Bobcats look to the sideline. They get their plays through hand signals from their coach on the far sideline. So if the Rebels were able to watch closely, they might be able to pick up some of the signals. Got to imagine there's someone on the sideline assigned to that. 2 receivers both ways. Back in the backfield as Dukes gets the snap. He bobbles it for the moment. Has to throw. Looking to throw. Backpedaling. Fires. Tipped in the air. That's batted around and picked off. It's deflected into the air. Rebels intercepted at the 30-yard line. Returned all the way to the Bobcats 25. 1st and 10. Rebels deep in Bobcat territory as the Rebels defense makes the plays. I believe that was Raiden Lutz.
No, Jet Holmes, number 6.
Well, a couple of players. There was about 3 Rebels around that ball battling for it, as it was Holmes with the interception. Good eye there, Rob. 1st and 10, Rebels from the 24-yard line. Best starting position of the day. Defense makes a play. Let's see what the Rebels do here. Hoffman under center. Perry, the deep back. Got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. As it looks like the Rebels have Desch one-on-one on the far side. So they get the snap. They're going to run the option with Hoffman. Cuts it up the middle. Reaches out to about the 20. Picks up 4 on the play. It's a good job there by Carter to get some positive yardage after a real big momentum play.
Jessen Bassey on the tackle. One-on-one.
That's a really good tackle there from Bass, too. Because if he's not there, then Hoffman's able to get to the second level, and you really never know once a runner's into the secondary how it goes. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Perry the deep back, Hoffman under center. 9:55 left to go here in the second quarter. They send a man in motion. As they're going to run the option, Hoffman cuts it back up the middle again, out across the 15 as he is very close to that yard marker. In fact, they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10 Rebels. As the ball will be placed at the Bobcat 14, and that is the first down of the game for the Rebels.
Number 4 is Zane Stam on the tackle for the Bobcats.
From the 15.
Clock continues to wind, 9:27 left to go here in the second quarter. Rebels break the huddle, 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 14-yard line. As Hoffman under center. Got trips to the right. Hoffman gets the snap, runs it right up the gut. Rebels might have got away with one there as Perry moved at the last second. I don't know if it got called.
Yeah, Perry and Weston were trying to set up a trio of receivers on that far right side.
8:54 left to go
Short yard, 2nd and 9.
in the second quarter. Rebels will break the huddle. Send 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Hoffman under center, Perry the deep back. As we're still tied 0-0, Rebels knocking on the door looking for the first score of the ball game. Hoffman under center as they're going to give it to Perry on the reverse as he cuts upfield, continues to grind and push forward as he's going to pick up about 5 on the play out across the 10-yard line to about the 9. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the Rebel offense.
Cody Bomingen on the tackle, number 3.
I like that wrinkle, though. A lot of times the Rebels will send a man in motion and they run that counter. They added to that. Now they're giving it on an end around going the opposite way. It's a little wrinkle that I haven't seen personally from the Rebels yet this year. Hoffman in the gun. Got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. As Hoffman gets the snap. Gives to Perry around the left side. He's going backwards. As It'll be a 5-yard loss on the play, bringing up 4th and 10 deep in Bobcats territory, and it's decision time for the Rebels. See what they decide to do.
Number 51, Mason Reese, and Ryan Ahrens. Number 23 on the tackle for the Bobcats.
Looks like the kicking tee's out there, and they're going to give it a shot with Desch as Hoffman is kneeled down at the 21-yard line. It'll be a 31-yard field goal. As Desch looking to get the Rebels on the board for the first time. Snap, good. Kick is in the air, and it is no good as it misses just wide to the left. As with 7:05 left to go here in the second quarter, the Bobcats will take over on downs, 1st and 10 from their own 15.
I do believe they're going to move them up to the 20 on the missed field goal, Aaron. Is that correct?
Looks like to be so.
Had plenty of leg, but that ball's got to be a little bit hard with that temperature out there.
Yeah, they do move it up to the 20. As it'll be 1st and 10 Bobcats from the 20-yard line with 7:05 left to go here in the second quarter. Awaiting our first score of the game as Duke's in the gun. He's got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Stam in the backfield with him. As they get the snap, they're going to get a Stam up the middle. He's wrapped up. Flag down on the play. As we'll await what the flag is as Stam picks up about 2 yards on the play.
Noah Perry and Drake Weston on the tackle.
Weston also in on the tackle.
Got a hold.
As I say, with Stam's reaction, he did not look very happy. As Chris Arens will give Stam a breather. It'll back the Bobcats up 10. As they'll be placed on the 10-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats there, or 1st and 20, excuse me, for the Bobcats. Ball has to get out to the Rebel 30.
So 10-yard penalty will bring up 1st and 20.
Duke's in the shotgun. Arens in the backfield with him. As Duke with the hard count gets the snap. As they're going to try the option. Meerbrook has him, gets away, throws it at the last second as that ball falls incomplete. It will not be intentional grounding because it got back to the line of scrimmage and Dukes was out of the pocket. Plus there was a receiver over there. That'll bring up 2nd and 20 as Meerbrook had him around the 5-yard line. It's a great play by Carson.
Excellent pressure. That's a tough read on that option.
Jack Bell and Meerbrook were putting pressure on the quarterback.
It's good to see Jack Bell back into the game after he was shaken up a little bit earlier. Duke's in the gun. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Arens the back in the backfield. As they're going to give to him up the middle, as he's going to actually lose a yard as the Rebels were able to push the pile back. They'll bring up 3rd down and 21.
Jeremy Garcia, 21 on the tackle from the linebacker slot.
Garcia.
See how the Bobcats play it here.
Meerbrook in on the stop.
6:30 left to go here in the second quarter. We're still tied 0-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 3rd and 21 for the Bobcats offense. As they send trips to the left. One receiver to the top of the screen as Dukes in the shotgun with the back behind him. Gets the snap. He's going to run to the right side. Tucks it, goes up the middle, and he is wrapped up there by Perry and Hoffman as they're ripping at the football. Duke's still up, continues to drive nearly back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll bring up 4th and 11 from deep in Bobcats territory.
It's a nice pickup on that one. You could see him pick up another gear as soon as he got open field.
Made the stop. Initial hit by
Hasty into the game to punt.
28, Hudson Perry.
As he's standing on his own 9-yard line. Desch at the 50 to return. Punt is low. It's a good field there. Get it away. It's a low line drive that lands at the 45 and will angle out of bounds to the Rebel 45-yard line. Great job there by Hasty to be able to field that and then to get the punt off, a pretty good one. They'll give you 1st and 10 for the Rebels on their own 45 with 5:40 left to go here in the first half. Rob, if the Rebels can muster something up here and score, they get the ball back after halftime.
That is true. 5 minutes, plenty of time. That's about the 3rd time their punter has been able to get away a bad snap and be able to make a positive out of a difficult situation.
Yeah, you can honestly say that Hasty's been one of the best players in the game just because a couple of those snaps they get away from him, the Rebels have even better field position. Rebels break the huddle. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hoffman in the gun, Perry in the backfield. As it's going to be a quarterback lead. Hoffman up the middle, out across the 50 to the 45. Continues to rumble forward out across the 45 of the Bobcats for a good enough for a first down. As I like that play call, get right behind your big running back, Noah Perry, and see what you can do.
That's the longest play from scrimmage for the Rebels yet today.
1st and 10, ball placed on the Bobcats 43-yard line.
17-yard pickup for Carter.
5:08 left to go here in the second quarter. Hoffman in the gun. 2 receivers split out both sides. Perry in the backfield. Hoffman gets the snap, looking to throw. Has a man in Perry, makes the catch on the bubble screen, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Pass is complete.
As they're trying to get the ball out into a weapon's hand. Unfortunately, it goes backwards. Loses about 3 on the play.
Ryan Stands and Zane Stam on the tackle.
Ball on the 45 of the Bobcats. Rebels. Seems like this game has been in the Bobcats territory for the majority of the second quarter at least. But the Bobcats defense, they've been great. I mean, both defenses have been great. Obviously, with a 0-0 score, 4:25 left to go in the first half. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. They're actually going to send a receiver to the right side, make that trips to the right. Perry, the deep back. In the gun is Hoffman. Gets the snap. They're going to run that way. Give it to Leifson on the reverse as he breaks a tackle at the 50, still going, able to get back to the line of scrimmage and pick up more. And that looked like it could have been a big loss on the play. Credit to Leifson to be able to pick up 2. As he was hit at the 50-yard line, was able to rumble forward back to the Bobcat 43-yard line. I'll bring up 3rd and 11.
It's great pursuit by the Bobcats.
3rd and 11 with 3:35 left to go in the game. Rebels break the huddle. As they're going to send 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Make that 3 to the right. Hoffman in the gun. Gets the snap, looking to throw, drops back. He's going to throw deep as he finds, or it's over the head of Daniel Smith, incomplete.
Pass was intended for Daniel
Smith was open.
Incomplete.
They're going to 4th and 11, ball on the Bobcats, 43. Let's see what the Rebels decide to do here.
Bring up a 4th down. 4th and 11.
Rebels huddle up. Looks like they're going to punt it away as Desch will move back to his own 45.
Desch will punt deep.
Saw Desch working on ankle punting earlier. As he gets the snap. Ball is away. High end over end kick that sends the returner back as it's angled to the sideline. Takes a Rebels bounce across the goal line. Or actually, they're going to say that bounced out of bounds inside the 10. What a job there from Desch. We talked about Hasty being able to get punts off, but Desch has pinned the Bobcats inside their own 20 twice now.
3 minutes to go in the half.
.301 left to go here in the second quarter. We are still tied 0-0. Bobcats have the ball. It's placed inside their own 10-yard line on the 9. Bobcats in the shotgun. They got 2 backs in the backfield. They got Yarrington as well as Stam. They flank Dukes. Dukes gets the snap, looking to throw. Has a man. That is intercepted by Riker Hoffman. As Riker Hoffman read that play like a book. The Rebels sent a corner blitzing from that side. Bobcats audible to a quick throw. Hoffman runs over, picks it off. Great read by Riker. And you got to feel great for him after his early turnover. He takes one away. Be 1st and 10 Rebels. Ball inside the Bobcat 20 with 2:56 left to go in the half as the defense continues to make big plays. Rebels offense wasting no time. They're already on the ball. They want to go quickly. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Perry in the backfield. Hoffman gets the snap. They're going to run a lead with Perry as Hoffman bounces forward across the 20 to about the 17. Bring up 2nd down and about 7.
Zane Stan, number 4 on the tackle. We're going to have to start calling this the Turnover Bowl or the Bakery Bowl, Aaron.
Into a couple, 2nd down and 8.
Defense has been the name of the game.
Riker had that, and it looked like he was going to the house, but he kind of bobbled it, which caused him to go to the ground, but still came up with the interception.
Yeah, I think his eyes did get a little big when he saw there was no one in front of him. 2nd down and 8. 2:23 left to go here in the second quarter. Hoffman in the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. as Hoffman lets the clock wind, gets the snap. It's going to be a lead as he goes around the left side, has some room to the 10. Continues to rumble out across the 5, reaches for the pylon! And they call touchdown, Rebels, as Carter Hoffman with the second effort puts the Rebels on top, 6-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As about 22 minutes into this game, Rob, we have our first score.
Carter's 7th touchdown of the season on the ground. It's a nice block by Dylan Fonsbeck, number 35 on the outside as well, Aaron.
Desch on for the kick. Snap, good, hold, good, kick in the air, and the Rebels are on top, 7-0 as Desch converts the extra point. As with 2:01 left to go here in the second quarter, the Rebels on top, 7-0 as you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as on 98.3 KDQ and 101.7 for our friends out in Fremont County, Wyoming. Rebels on top 7-0 as Desch will kick. Whistle blows as last time they kicked a low liner on the ground. This time Desch unloads on that ball. That's going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Bobcats will start at their own 20, 1st and 10.
Lady Rebels won the first set against the Tinning Miners 25-12. They're up 11-0 in the second set. Haiti Pugmire, 14 straight serves, Aaron.
That left arm's got to get tired. 2:01 left to go here in the first half. It's good to hear the Lady Rebels on top as well.
That'll put it at the 20-yard line where it'll be first down for the
First and
Bobcats.
10 for the Bobcats. Duke's in the shotgun. Gets the snap. They're going to run the option to the right side. As Dukes holds on to it, cuts it up the middle, taken down by Hoffman after a gain of about 4 on the play at about the 24-yard line. They're actually going to give them the 25. So 2nd down and 5. For the Rebels, though, you have about 75 yards to work with defensively. You just can't allow them to score. Duke's in the gun, 2 to each side. As he gets the snap, he's going to hand it up the middle to Stam as he rumbles forward out across the 30 to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Carter Hoffman, number 8, and Raiden Lust, number 12 on the tackle.
As after the sticks are placed, the clock will wind. 1:29 left to go here in the first half. Bobcats looking to score before half. As you got a player running off the field, they're able to get off in time. They give the Stam up the middle, runs into his own man as he's able to roll forward. The ball came out, as it'll see who has it. That ball looked like it came out. As the Rebels say they have it, 1st and 10 Rebels. The defense forces another turnover. Ball inside the Bobcat 40, placed at the 47-yard line. And we thought for a second the Rebels defense had to hold for the rest of the half. They get a turnover, and it allows the offense an opportunity. 3 timeouts, 1:12 left to go to add on before halftime.
I think I've lost track, Aaron, but I think that's turnover number 7 of this ball game in the first half of the ball game.
2 fumbles for the Bobcats to go along with 2 interceptions. Rebels on their own end have a couple of fumbles lost as well. They come out in the I formation. Perry. Well, Hudson Perry, the deep back. Noah Perry, the fullback. They're going to give to Hudson up the middle. Rumbles out across the 35, able to pick up 2. Clock winds under 1:01 left to play.
Number 4 is Zane Stam on the tackle.
Rebels will huddle up.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9.
Looks like they're going to play this briskly, try to get that first down, but if they're unable to, I think they'll be happy to head into the locker room up 7-0. Hoffman under center. Gets the snap, fakes to Perry. He's going to roll, looking to throw. Fires out in the flat, has Weston at the 30-yard line, makes a man miss for the first down, continues on his feet, out across the 10 is Drake Weston, makes a man miss out in the flats as the Rebels are going to call timeout as Coach Larson runs out onto the field with 30.9 to go, but that little shimmy move at the 30 is what allowed Weston to break free as it'll be first and goal for the Rebels with 30.9 left to go. They have 2 timeouts remaining, so they are able to run the ball if they want to.
30.9.
But I think with 9 yards, more importantly, they're going to try to have this last snap of the half be as the clock expires. See how the Rebels play this out, as typically a play in football goes about 4 or 5 seconds from, especially if it's at the 9-yard line going first and goal. So the Rebels, they have plenty of time to run those 3 plays, especially with 2 timeouts, as we update the station on main scoreboard to reflect how many timeouts the Rebels have remaining. But if the offense can capitalize here, Rob, you have to give an assist to the defense, as the 2 touchdown drives have been on defensive aided turnovers.
Short fields.
Hoffman under center. He's got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. As they send a man in motion, it's Weston. As they're going to fake, they're going to throw. Hoffman hit as he throws, ball wobbling, and that is incomplete. As Carter Hoffman got drilled as he let that ball go, and that really affected the throw. Luckily, that falls to the turf as Del Dukes had an opportunity to pick that off.
I apologize, Aaron. I was watching the flight of that ball not to see who got Carter from the defensive side on that.
It was big number 60, Logan Defoe, with the hit.
I anticipated them trying to go somewhere with Desch on this short field, but not quite able to get the ball there to him.
Yeah, it looks like that was the intent. Unfortunately, just not quite enough time to get the ball off. Second and goal from the Bobcat 9 with 26.3 left to go. Send a man in motion as Hoffman's going to keep it. Pitch it to Weston. Catches at the 10 before he's taken down. It's a great defensive play there by the Bobcats as the Rebels will call timeout immediately.
Delmonico Dukes, number 1. Stopped him on that one.
This Bobcat defense has been put in a lot of tough positions, but, man, they have really bowed their neck because without them, who knows where this game is for the Bobcats. This defense has been impressive.
We talked about it in the pregame, Aaron. They averaged giving up 12 points a game, and they were able to hold the Mountain View Buffaloes last week to just 14 points.
Yeah, this defense is for real. That's definitely for sure about this Thermopolis team, where it kind of felt like last year, despite the turnovers, the Rebels were able to kind of gash them in big chunks, but the turnovers what really killed the Rebels there. This year, it's just straight-up defense from the Bobcats that are stuffing the Rebels. 19.6 left to go.
You've got your secret weapon of Jaden Desch on another potential field goal. This one would be a lot shorter than the 31-yarder that he attempted earlier.
19.6 left to go. See how the Rebels play it here. They have 1 timeout left. So 1 more chance to stop the clock. As they'll send Desch to the far side. Looks like Del Dukes is going to chase him around the field for the whole entire matchup. Send a man in motion and Perry. Snap is... Good thing it was blowing dead because the snap went over Carter Hoffman's head.
There's a flag on the play.
As we're going to get a penalty against the Rebels. And, sometimes the penalty is a good thing because I think without the penalty, that ball is probably a turnover and it could be Bobcats going the other way for 6. As the play sheet goes flying, kind of tells you how hard the wind is blowing. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the Bobcat 16. As we'll see how the Rebels play it here. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Send a man in motion. Hoffman gets the snap, looking to throw. Is going to get lit up as he's taken down at his own 25. Rebels are going to let the clock wind down. I think they're going to kick a last-second field goal here, as that sack's going to make the field goal attempt a lot harder. As Coach Larson is right next to the referee, and with 3 seconds left, the Rebels call timeout. As you got to imagine a field goal attempt coming up here.
That is correct, but you're right, Aaron. That's going to make it a lot harder. I don't know if they can see on camera, but there's a group of horses that started to gather around the outside of the end zone, anticipating the field goal, I think.
2.9 left to go in the half. Rebels have the last play, ball deep in Bobcat territory. It was 1st and goal from the 9. It is now 1st and goal from the Bobcat 27. Take that back, make that the Bobcat 24. As Deshaun to kick. This will be about a 40-yard attempt.
The wind is an issue, Aaron, as well as the temperature.
Well, the last time Desh kicked this way was the kickoff, and he put it through the back of the end zone, so should have enough legs. Snap is good, holds good. Kick is low and will roll through the end zone as time expires. We'll head to the half. Rebels up 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as tuned in on 98.3 KADQ, as well as our friends in Fremont County on 101.7.
The Hometown Drive-In has been helping families celebrate and create happy memories at beautiful Bear Lake for generations. With amazing burgers, fries, and other Hometown Drive-In favorites, the food is always delicious and everyone in the family will find something they love. Whenever you're at Bear Lake, make sure you stop. Beautiful blue water and Bear Lake raspberry shakes have been making people smile for generations. Put a smile on your face at the Hometown Drive-In, Bear Lake.
Rich School District has a legendary history of student success in the classroom and in other areas. Over 70% of Rich High students are involved in extracurricular activities. Participation in the classroom, on the field, in the gym, or on the stage helps students reach their potential. Working together with students, the community, and an amazing staff, we have the opportunity to build tomorrow's leaders. Rich School District, focusing on success, one student at a time.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Flames Tires broadcast booth, as it is time for your halftime show as the Rebels are on top. 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard, as it is time for your Hometown Drive-In halftime show, as the Rebels cheerleading team out on the field. Rob, quickly, what has stood out to you about this first half without giving away too much?
Turnovers. We mentioned it as the key of the game to begin with, and for sure it was the Bakery Bowl, because there was plenty of turnovers. I count 7, so we'll see what the official stats from Colin Pace give us here in just a minute.
Yeah, turnovers on downs. The Rebels defense able to force some turnovers deep in Bobcat territory, able to take advantage one time. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to take advantage most times, as they lead 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As when we come back, we will have your standout student of the week in Jack Bell. You're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening on 98.3 KADQ, as well as 101.7 in Fremont County.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Here with some royalty for this week's T7 Propane Standout Student of the Week. It is Homecoming King Jack Bell. Not only is he Homecoming King, he's also a defensive star on the Rich Rebels football team as well. Jack, how you doing today?
Good, man. I'm getting out of a presentation right now because I'm the man, Aaron Poling.
Well, I'm glad I could help. Just hopefully no one hears this, Hopefully the teacher that's doing the presentations doesn't hear this. So, man, Homecoming Week was last week. You guys put on a show out on the field. What was it like to be out there, and what's it like to come home with a win on Homecoming?
It felt good. I mean, I kind of felt like that game kind of started getting chippy towards the end, and it just felt good, get a win over Kemmer. I feel like as a team, we really came together and we played 2 complete halves, and that was one goal that we've had for a long time. Because I feel like this entire year, we haven't really been able to play 2 complete halves because the varsities dominated so hard in the first half, and or we've been like against Mountain View. I felt like we kind of collapsed in that second half. We just didn't come out firing, but I felt like this was our first complete game, and I'm very proud of that.
So you gave a little bit of a speech during an event during homecoming week. Where did you get the idea for the speech? And please keep it PG. This will be played on the radio.
I just decided to go out there and say, "What's up, peasants?" Because I thought it'd be funny, and everybody was like, I wasn't gonna do it originally, and then like I told everybody about it, and they're like, "You have to do this. You have to." I'm like, "Okay, I guess I will."
No, I agree. I think the speech was definitely something that I enjoyed. I know a lot of other people enjoyed, and it's funny. Some people enjoy being called peasants, especially by royalty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I remember I was like sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna have to like say something after this. I'm like, I better not say anything bad.
In all seriousness, now you are in the middle of your senior year. I mean, what's it like to be a senior? You're now one of the older guys on campus that some of the younger kids look up to.
I like giving advice to people. I feel like I owe it because like I see seniors before, they gave me lots of advice and helped me out. Like some of the guys like Eli Brooks, Riley Creel. Riley Creel was a great leader in that locker room before. And I just feel like it's nice to be able to be able to shed some light on some subjects for upcoming freshmen and stuff like that.
So to the gridiron, you guys are now 4-1 after beating Kemmer. What has gone on with this football team that you like so far this year? It seems like you guys are a real close-knit group.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I feel like we've just been a close-knit group ever since like the weightlifting. I mean, I wasn't there for most of the summer because I was up in Wisconsin, but I made sure to keep lifting weights. But when I came back, man, I remember everybody just, I just felt like I was accepted right back into it. And, I feel like this has been the hardest we've lifted weights in my 4 years of high school because, like, looking at it, everybody was sitting there and they're all out there lifting hard and during our little camp that we had over the summer. And it was just great to see that. And, we've been through a lot. Like, one of these practices, I can't remember which week it was, but it was Altamont, actually. We had some tough practices where we ran a lot, and I feel like everybody just bonded and got closer knit during that.
So I'm a Midwest guy. You can't bring out the Midwest without me asking. So Wisconsin, what are your thoughts? Why were you there?
So I was up there to see my mom over the summer, and I love Wisconsin. It's a nice place to be. Get to hang out with my friends. I pretty much went to the beach because I live up in on Lake Michigan, so it was beach every day. Lift weights and then talk to girls and stuff like that. It was awesome.
Yeah, Lake Michigan's incredible. So what do you want to see for yourself the rest of your senior year, academics-wise and athletics-wise?
Athletically, I feel like what we should do is we should win the state championship, and I feel like we should win it dominantly because I felt like that Monticello game wasn't the best performance from us. I felt like we could do a lot better for that. Academically, I feel like I'm going to take a lot of bridge and line classes, see how that goes out, maybe a few college, but yeah.
So outside of being royalty and chasing girls along Lake Michigan, what else should the world know about Jack Bell?
Well, I love lifting weights, man. I'm thinking after school, I'm going to try to do a little bit of bodybuilding or something like that, and maybe open up a gym in the future. That would be one of my main goals I'd love to do.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. That was Jack Bell, our standout student of the week, senior at Rich High School. He went down earlier with an injury. Good to see him back in the game. As that was your T7 Propane standout student of the week on your Hometown Drive-In halftime show. When we come back, we'll have some first half highlights for you. As you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our rich rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team, online at mylocalradio.com. As you can see, the halftime score 7-0 on the station on Main scoreboard. Rebels over the Bobcats. It is time for your Town of Woodruff first half highlights, and for that we turn it over to the man, the myth, the legend, Rob Leifson.
Well, a lot of stats stand out to Aaron, but obviously 6 turnovers in this first half would be the one that is the costly one. 2 fumbles by the Bobcats and 2 interceptions. And for the Rebels, 2 fumbles. Hot Springs High School started out with a 3-and-out and a punt, and the Rebels turned it over with a fumble, and the Bobcats returned the favor. Rich turns it over on downs, and Hot Springs had to punt. Rich turns it over with a fumble, and Rich shuts out the offense and returns the favor with a punt. And we end the first quarter with no score. In the second half, interception by Jet Holmes. And that set up a missed field goal for the Rebels. Hot Springs gets it on 20-yard line and can go nowhere. And an interception by the Rebels set up the offense once again, this time from Riker Hoffman. And Carter Hoffman with a 17-yard run for the score. It sets up the Rebels 7-0. A couple statistics for you, Aaron. Carter Hoffman for the Rebels. He's completed 3 out of 6 passes for about 26 yards. And for the Bobcats, they are 0 of 5 from the air. Carter's had 10 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown. And the next leading rusher for the Rebels is Riker Hoffman with 2 carries for 15 yards. Stam for the Bobcats, 9 carries for 24 yards. Armani Dukes, the quarterback, 5 carries for 5 yards, couple sacks. Definitely hurt his running total. And Yarrington has a carry for 6 yards. It's not an offensive display of power, Aaron. This has been all about the defense. But a couple other stats real quick. The Rebels have 4 first downs. The Bobcats 2. 32 rushing yards for the Bobcats, 54 for the Rebels. That 28 yards from Carter through the air. Penalties, 4 for the Bobcats for 25 yards. Just 1 penalty on the Rebels, which actually turned out to be good because of the bad snap.
That was probably a fumble 6 going the other way.
The Rebels 0 of 8 on third down, Aaron. I think that's one thing we may need to want to pay attention to in the second half. The Bobcats 1 of 7 on third down conversion.
Key to the game for both of these teams in the second half is it's getting a little chippy out there. Thermopolis, just whenever they do their warm-up so far, what I've noticed is they're just loud. They're just loud whenever they're warming up, and I think a couple of the Rebels took a little bit of exception to that. But, no harm, no foul. It's just being loud. Unfortunately, some of the Rebels took the bait as they got to keep their heads on straight. If they keep their heads on straight, they're in the driver's seat. They are ahead 7-0 on the station on Main scoreboard. As I don't think any of that chippiness was like really anything either, though, just loud.
Yeah, the Rebels are going to get the opening kick of the second half, heading left to right on your radio dial.
I don't imagine being loud helps you be warm too, I think. I don't know if that's a true thing, but I've always thought that. But looks like it's going to be 64 Anthony Cheatham to kick it off. It's the freshman.
The Lady Rebels take care of the second set, Aaron, 25-6 against the Miners in Tintic.
If you're the Rebels special teams right here, that ball is kind of off on a weird angle. It's going to be hard for him to get the fat part of the ball, so the middle of the formation has to be ready as he approaches, boots it away. Low line drive kick that takes a hop at the 30-yard line into the hands of the return man. That's Weston with some room. Makes a man miss at the 30, hurdles, trying to get to the outside to the 40. stiff arms the man before he's taken down by Dell Dukes after a 40-yard return by Drake Weston. That's a great way to start, and Weston has probably had his best ball game of the year so far, I think.
Yeah, definitely that high step gave him another 10 yards. That's a good return. It sets your offense up in great field position.
Objective here for the Rebels. Come out at halftime, eat some of this clock, try to punch it in too as well. Not an easy task against this really good Thermopolis defense. 1st and 10 Rebels, ball placed on their own 42. Hoffman breaks the huddle in the I formation. Couple of parries in the backfield. Noah the fullback, Hudson the deep back. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right as they get the snap. They're going to fake the handoff to Hudson. Hoffman rolling, looking to throw, fires as that's a jump ball and batted down by Smith as him and Cody Bombangan were out on the outside battling for that ball. Falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
We mentioned it in the opening of the game, Aaron, that the Rebels do have a weapon with the passing game.
Incomplete, 2nd down.
But it hasn't been the weapon that we've hoped.
Well, the Bobcats have kind of shaded Desch, so it's real hard to get a one-on-one situation with him. As you see, there's 3 players lined up outside of the box towards Desch's way. Hoffman under center, gets the snap as he's going to run the option, pitches it to Weston, out across the 45, continuing to roll across the 50, near the 1st down markers. That's a great run there from Drake as he lowers his head. It's going to be about a 1.5 yards short. Or they're actually going to mark him out before the 50. I guess he stepped out of bounds. They'll bring up 3rd down and about 5. Rebels need to convert here.
3rd down and 5 from the 48-yard line.
Rebels break the huddle. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Perry the fullback as Hoffman's just going to run up the middle, lowers his shoulder out across the 50 to about the 40 or 47. Should be good enough for the 1st down, and it is. Rob, that's their first 3rd down conversion of the day.
There you go. Now 1 of 9. Number 23, Ryan Aaron's on the tackle for the Bobcats.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't have to be pretty. Sometimes it's just your quarterback lowering his head, picking up the yardage. As Carter did a great job right there. 1st and 10 Rebels. Ball on the Bobcat 47. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Perry the fullback. Hoffman under center. Sends a man in motion. Gets the snap as they're going to give it to Weston on the end around. Makes a man miss at the 45 before he stood up there at about the 41-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play as that was that little counter trap right there. Off of, they send a man in motion. They fake the handoff to him, give it to Weston around the other side.
Number 2, Zach Hasty on the tackle.
2nd down and about 5. Perry, the deep back. Hoffman under center, sends Weston in motion as they're going to give to Perry up the middle, cuts back, has some room to the 30, makes a man miss, trying to get to the outside to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. It's a race to the corner, and Noah Perry wins the race. Touchdown, Rebels! Perry runs it in for 41 yards out. Rebels go on top, 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 10:23 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Noah Perry with the long touchdown run.
He just matched the number of yards from the rushing side of the ball in one play, pretty much from the 1st half.
That's great vision there from Perry. As Jack Bell comes off the field, he chest bumps Coach Larson. As that was a big block from Bell. As snap is okay, the kick is low, kick is blocked. As Carter had to pick the snap off the dirt. With 10:23 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, Rebels on top. 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As when we come back, we'll have more of the 3rd. You're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Buying or selling real estate can be fun, especially when you have a realtor that's working hard on your behalf. Gary McKee and the team at Bear Lake Realty have unparalleled industry knowledge, experience, and local expertise. The team at Bear Lake Realty will work to get you the best price. Whatever you're looking for, buying or selling, residential, commercial, year-round living, half shares, quarter shares, or income property, hire the best real estate company, Bear Lake Realty. Log on today, bearlakerealty.com.
back to the Let's Go Out Plains Tires broadcast booth, as it is time for the Gary Bear Fan Cam, brought to you by broker Gary McKee and Bear Lake Realty. For all your realty needs in Bear Lake, call Gary McKee with Bear Lake Realty. As Desch kicks it away, end over end. That ball is going to land at the 2. They bobble it. It's going to be returned by the Bobcats out across the 15. They cut up field, trying to make a man miss, as Desch is going to wrap him up, take him down at about the 27-yard line. We're bring up 1st and 10 for the Bobcats with 10:14 left to go, and that's a big drive out of half, Rob.
Just what the doctor ordered from the locker room. Speaking of the Lady Rebels out in Eureka, they take care of the Tinning Miners 25-12, 25-6, 25-14 for a clean sweep, staying undefeated in region play.
Decisive clean sweep at that. Armani Dukes breaks the huddle. 3 receivers to the right as they're going to give up the middle to Stam as he is popped late. Hoffman with the tackle. Gain of about 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8.
We talked about the run defense, Aaron, and the Rebels have held up quite well.
Dukes in the pistol. Stam the deep back. 2 receivers both ways. As Dukes gets the snap. As they're going to hand to Stam up the gut, out across the 35 to the 40. Good enough for a Bobcat first down. 9:40 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Clock continues to wind. As soon as they set the sticks, that is. Ball will be placed on the 42. That's a good run there from Stam. But you can see the Rebels' defensive ends. They're really going after Dukes. They want to force that ball back to the middle.
Raiden Lutz, number 12, on the tackle.
Trips to the right. Dukes in the pistol. Stam behind him. So they're going to send a man in motion. It's Yarrington. Rebels jump. As Noah Perry, he could have got back on side, though. That's a coaching situation right there, that if he gets back on side, they could let it go, as that'll be an offside called against the Rebels.
Only the 2nd penalty against the Rebels of the game. The question is, was he drawn offsides by some motion from the offensive line?
This discussion from the officials makes me seem like there might have been. They are going to call false start against the Bobcats. My apologies to Noah Perry.
And we'll make that correction. The Rebels still only have 1 penalty. Now the 5th penalty on the Bobcats for 30 yards.
Trips to the right. Dukes in the pistol. Stand behind him. As they send Yarrington in motion again. As they're going to give to Stam up the middle. He goes down. That play was blown up by Jack Bell, the senior, making a big play right there. Gain of about a ½ inch on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 15.
Give a little bit of help from Carson Muirbrook on that one as well, number 68.
Been a couple times today where Stam's trying to get going out of the backfield. Either his feet get tangled or he goes down. But the Rebels' push in the middle has caused that a couple times. Trips to the right. As Dukes gets the snap, he's going to throw. Hit immediately as he throws. Intercepted by the Rebels. It is Riker Hoffman. He had 1 earlier. Give him 2. Returns it to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 Rebels deep in Bobcats territory as the defense makes another play, Rob. Credit Carter Hoffman as he blitzed there, made the hit. Riker there for the interception.
Hoffman pair on that one, and the turnover bowl continues.
Rebels defense now forced 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Hoffman under center. Ball placed at the Bobcat 32. Perry the deep back. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They send a man in motion. It's Weston. As they're going to give to Hudson Perry around the left side. Makes a man miss out across the 30. Keeps going. Still on his feet. Cuts back. Trying to fight. As it's not real surprising that a Perry from that family is going to continue to fight for yardage even after he steps out of bounds.
Picks up the 1st down. Unfortunately, Riker, if you saw earlier, he took a little stinger on a tackle, and he is getting worked over by Cam Jarman, one of the best physical therapists you will find around.
You got to imagine Riker wants back in on defense. You have 2 interceptions. You want to finish this game. Rebels break the huddle. They send 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Noah Perry, the deep back. They send a man in motion as Hoffman drops back to pass, looking to throw, pumps, fires, has a man. Desch makes the catch, breaks the tackle, jukes inside the 5, continues, pummels forward as he is close to the 5-yard line. As Desch with a good reception there, catches it at the 5. Brings up 1st and goal. Rebels from the 5-yard line as they look to extend the score with 8:18 left to go in the 3rd quarter. As there's your offense through the air right there.
Desh's first catch of the ball game. He averages almost 85 or 90 yards a game.
Hoffman under center. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Noah Perry, the deep back. They send a man in motion. It's Weston. As Hoffman's going to keep on the option, looking to lower his head forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. Carter Hoffman, second rushing touchdown of the day, puts the Rebels on top. 19-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. It's a great job here in the second half by the Rebels offense. After getting stymied in the first half, they were able to score in the first possession, get an interception from their defense, score in the second possession. As Deshaun to kick the extra point. Snap is good, holds good, kick is on the way, and it is through. Rebels on top 20-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KADQ and 101.7 for our friends out in Fremont County.
Rich School District has a legendary history of student success in the classroom and in other areas. Over 70% of Rich High students are involved in extracurricular activities. Participation in the classroom, on the field, in the gym, or on the stage helps students reach their potential. Working together with students, the community, and an amazing staff, we have the opportunity to build tomorrow's leaders. Rich School District, focusing on success, one student at a time.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. As with 7:56 left to go here in the third quarter, Rebels on top, 20-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As Jaden Dash lines up to kick away the extra point.
Kickoff.
As Dukes and Arends back deep to return for the Bobcats. It's a shallow kick that's going to be fielded by Arends as it takes a hop on him at the 10, able to pick it up, looking for some space out across the 20 as he's forced to the sideline to the 25 before he's pushed out of bounds right before he gets to the 30. It's a good job by the Rebels gang tackling there as Arends broke a couple of tackles but can't get out past the 30. First and 10 Bobcats, 7:49 left to go in the third quarter. The one thing about those scores for the Rebels, they were very quick, so the Bobcats, they're still in this one. They can march it down the field here. They have an opportunity, but they're going to have to move the ball quickly as there's still 7:49 left to go in the third. Trips to the left. The lone receiver up top is Del Dukes, as he looks like he's one-on-one with Leifson. Armani Dukes, the quarterback, in the shotgun, has Stam to his left, gets the snap. Fakes, looking to throw, pump fakes, going deep as it is overthrown and nearly intercepted by Jaden Dash. As a double move as Dukes pump faked, looking to try to get Leifson to bite. That's a good read by Dash as he ran the route for him. Nearly had another interception. They'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Clock stops, 7:44 left to go. They split 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Stam in the backfield next to Dukes. They send a man in motion. That's Arends as they're going to hand to Stam as he goes backwards, as that's a great play by the interior line of the Rich Rebels.
I think Jack Bell, number 65, had a lot to do with that, but there were some blitzing linebackers, including Drake Weston and Carter Hoffman, both on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play will bring up 3rd and 11 with 7:24 left to go in the third quarter. Bobcats look over to the sideline, looking to get some signals from their coach. Dukes in the shotgun, has Stam to his right. Sends a man in motion, that's Arends. As he gets the snap, looking to pass. Blitz, they go for the screen to Stam, looking to make a man miss out across the 30, and he is hauled down at the 35-yard line. It's a good job by the Rebels defense to rally there. As a good call, I think, on 3rd down, the screen. As a lot of Rebels were through the line. That's a good job. That's a good execution there from the Bobcats, and they're going to go for it. 4th and 5 on their own 35-yard line. Rebels got to watch for the hard count here. I just got to imagine this is the first time we've seen Dukes under center. Yeah, they tried the hard count there. Dukes backs up. Be much more effective for the Bobcats if they tried the hard count in the shotgun. and kind of disguise it like a play that they would normally run. As the clock continues to wind under 6:20.
They're going to take a timeout.
As you are watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ. When we come back, we will have actually, we're going to keep it right here with 6:18 left to go in the third quarter, Rob. What have been your impressions here in the second half? Much different for the Rebels offense here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the conversation was in the locker room for the Rebels, but definitely a different team offensively, clicking a lot better. I think they've changed up a little bit. Some of those handoff fakes that they've been doing from the first half are starting to pay off as they've been going counter the other direction.
Looks like the Bobcats offense is out on the field, 4th, and they mark it as 4. Ball has to get just inside the Bobcat 40-yard line, trailing by 3 scores. The Bobcats are being aggressive here. Trips to the right as Stam in the backfield. He's going to move over to the left side of the quarterback. That's Dukes. Gets the shotgun. They're going to run option to the right side, and they're going to get it. That's a good run there from Dukes. Picks up the first down as it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Ball just on the opposite side of the 40.
Dukes knew exactly where that stick was, knew what he needed for the first down. Had some good blocks out in front.
Dukes is a very athletic player. I mean, last year I think he was a wideout for this team, but both Dukes have very good athleticism, including the quarterback. As they send a man in motion, that's Yarrington.
We got another false start on the offensive line.
Ball wasn't snapped, so the rest of the offensive line jumped, so that kind of leads me to believe that it was probably supposed to be snapped there. 6:13 left to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 15, Bobcats. Ball placed on their own 35-yard line. They got trips to the right, receiver to the left, Stam in the backfield with Dukes. As Armani Dukes in the shotgun. Stam's going to move to his left-hand side. They send a man in motion. That's a Wren. Snap. They're going to fake the end around. It's going to be Dukes on the keep as he is going to dive forward to get back to the line of scrimmage as the Rebels defense did a good job stringing that run out to the sideline, Rob.
Carter Hoffman on the tackle. Again, hard to run that option on the short side of the field. Not a lot of room to work with.
2nd down and 15. 6:06 left to go in the third quarter. Rebels on top, 20-0 on the station on main scoreboard. Duke's in the gun. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He's got Stam in the backfield to his right. Gets the snap. They're going to do the read option. Stam up the middle, out across the 40 as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
And I give maybe Kason Johnson and Drake Weston maybe the tackle on that one.
They're going to give him an extra yard on the play. It's at the 41, 3rd down and 9. 5:45 left to go in the third quarter. Rebels on top, 20-0 on the station on main scoreboard, as this has been the longest sustained drive of the game for the Bobcats. Dukes in the shotgun. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. They send a man in motion into Renz as they're going to fake to him. Dukes up the middle, looking to bounce to the outside. Isn't going to be able to get there as Leifson wraps him up, takes him down for a loss of 5. Leifson with a huge play, brings up 4th and long for the Bobcat defense.
He'll be a little bit happier this week that some of the plays came his way.
Yeah, underrated thing about Sam Leifson, people might not know. Makes a pretty good brownie, not going to lie. I really, really enjoyed Sam's brownie that you gave me on Monday. We really appreciate that, but he's maybe a little better at football as he read that play well as Duke started up the middle, and then he bounced it to the outside. Did a good job keeping contained. That punt's low. Good fielding again there by Hasty to get the punt away as Desch fields it at the 30, makes a man miss. Out across the 35, cuts back, makes another man miss, still dancing around to the 40, still on his feet as Desch with an entertaining return there of 13 yards. 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 43-yard line.
I think that block was made by the same guy who made the tackle earlier in the game. Aaron, I think that's Thomas Turf that made that block, related to Casper.
But turned into a football game, got a comedy show too, courtesy of Rob Leifson. Took me a second, but the Rebels, 1st and 10, ball on their own 44, 4:44 left to go, 20-0 on the station on main scoreboard. As Hoffman under center, he's got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Noah Perry, the deep back, as they send Hudson Perry in motion. They're going to give to Noah up the middle. as he rumbles forward for a gain of about 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7 with 4:35 left to go in the quarter.
Second down and 8.
It's a good drive right here for the Rebels. If they're able to take some
take some clock.
Score is 20-0 on the station on main scoreboard, but if they can get inside the 4th quarter and still have the ball, I think that would be a mission accomplished for this Rebels offense. Hoffman under center, sends Hudson Perry in motion as he's going to throw, looking to throw, wrapped up in the pocket, and he's going to be taken down as it'll be a sack for the Bobcats defense. Loss of about 4 on the play. Could have been much worse, but I'll bring up 3rd and 11 as it looked like they wanted to get it out to Dash quickly.
Yep, the pocket just kind of collapsed on him. He was doing well to try to hang on to that football.
Yeah, sometimes discretion's the better part of valor as he tucked it and just took the sack. You know, you only lost 3 yards there. It's a good job by Carter because he could have ran around that backfield. Start running around there and you lose big gains. That could really hurt you take big losses. That could really hurt your offense. As they send 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Noah Perry, the deep back. Hoffman gets the snap. He's going to run it up the gut, out across the 40 to the 50, rumbles forward, and now he makes it a tough decision for Coach Larson as he is hauled down about a half-yard short of the first as he's into Bobcat territory. It'll be 4th and about inches.
Number 4, Zane Stam on the tackle. We've mentioned his name many times. Looks like the referees are going to give him the first, Aaron.
Oh, referees give him the first. The Rebels are going to have to wait a second as the sticks were adjusted late. I thought they were going to pull him out to measure.
And the Rebels will re-huddle now that they know that they don't have to do the quarterback sneak.
Yeah. I would say they ran to the line quickly. It looked like they were just going to go forward. 2:55 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Rebels on top. They have the ball. 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 46-yard line. Looking to salt this one away. This drive could be a big step forward in that. Hoffman under center. Sends Hudson Perry in motion. As they fake to Noah Perry, they pitch to Hudson Perry out at the 50. Cuts back. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Does a good job turning a negative play into no loss as he was touched first at the 50. As he was very shifty to get back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 0 on the play, but the most important thing is they didn't take a loss.
Number 51, Mason Reese on the tackle. Looks like he's going to take a breather.
Yeah, the defense for the Bobcats has been very, very good on that Rebel option. That's a play the Rebels like to run. They're very solid with the option. The Bobcats have been very sound defensively. Rebels break the huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Hoffman in the shotgun. Perry the deep back with him. That's Noah Perry. Hoffman gets the snap. It's going to be a quarterback lead out across the 45 to nearly the 40 before he's hauled down from behind. Bring up 3rd down and about 6 on the play, making it much more manageable.
Number 60, Logan Defoe on the tackle. We've mentioned his name several times today.
That was quite a big hit, too, from Defoe. It's good to see Carter get up. 1:30 left to go in the quarter. Ball placed on the Bobcat 41. It's 3rd and 6. Rebels will send 2 to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Noah Perry, the deep back. As I said, Weston in motion. They're going to pitch to him. Trying to go on the right side to the 45 before he's wrapped up, hauled down for a loss of 3 on the play.
It's a great play by the Bobcats because that was well blocked from the outside.
Clock continues to wind. We'll see what the Rebels do here. The offense is out on the field. Although, in fairness to the Rebels, the offense is most of the same players that play special teams.
Correct. Looks like going to test Jaden's ability to pin the Bobcats down one more time.
I mean, why not? He's pinned him inside the 20 twice already today. Clock continues to wind. Under 40 seconds to go. Rebels only had 10 on the field. Svan's back on late. Desch gets the snap. Punts it from his own 45. It's a wobbler as it's going to land at the 20. Takes a neutral roll as it rolls sideways as Perry will down him at the 20. Noah Perry taking a couple steps inside the 20, trying to help out his punter, see if he can get Desch his 3rd inside 20 of the day.
Looks like the referee took 2 steps back towards the Rebel side of the ball, and it's going to be on the 21.
We mean where he downed it?
Yeah.
Hey, you got to respect that. I come from a baseball background where if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Obviously, Noah just having a little fun, not necessarily trying to cause any malice there with that. It's 25.8 left to go in the third. Bobcats send a man in motion. It's Arends. As Dukes gets the snap, looking to throw. Throws right. Has Arends. Overthrows him as he was open in the flats. As that's going to fall incomplete. He was open at the 25, 2nd and 10, with 22.2 seconds left to go in the third.
That sunshine out there looks nice, but I don't think the temperature has come up much, Aaron.
22.2 seconds left to go. Dukes in the shotgun. Has 2 to the right. They're going to send Arends in motion again. They give to to Zam, as he breaks a few tackles, continues to roll out across the 25 to about the 27. That's a good run there from Stam, as he was able to make this a third and much more manageable with 9 seconds left to go. Rebels have to be careful as they might go hard count here. With
Carter Grohl on the tackle number 1.
As they send a man in motion, the snap will not be in time, as we will see a 3rd and 2 when we come back for the fourth quarter, as you're watching 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
We're off to the rodeo. My Local Rodeo is proud to bring you live streaming coverage of high school rodeo from Utah and Wyoming, as well as the Intermountain Icebreaker of the National High School Rodeo Association's Western Legacy Series in 2023 and 2024. If you're interested in becoming a broadcast sponsor and advertising your business to the most loyal group of viewers in the country, you won't find a better opportunity. Call us today to claim your spot, 307-789-8116. That's 307-789-8116. We're off to the rodeo.
Welcome back to the Randolph Tires broadcast booth as we are ready to begin the fourth quarter, 20-0 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels on top. The defense for the Rebels faces a 3rd and 3. Ball placed on the Bobcat 29-yard line. Duke's in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Or he's got 3 to his right, make that. Stam in the backfield with him. Dukes gets the snap. He's going to hand to Stam up the middle. Spins off a man before he runs right into Carter Hoffman at the 30-yard line. Won't be enough for a first down. It's going to bring up 4th and short. Decision time again for the Bobcat offense.
Well, the tough part is you've got less than 12 minutes to go and you're down 3 scores. Hard to give the ball back away. They're going to call that a first down, I think.
They marked that ball about 2 yards forward from where he went down.
First down on the play, so it'll be first down.
Interesting.
on the 31.
Well, either way, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. They split 2 out to the right, 2 to the left. That's a good job by Stam to reach out the last second. They send a man in motion. That's Yarrington. They give to Stam up the gut as he rumbles forward for about 3 as he's taken down at the Rebel 33.
Jack Bell, number 65, having a day.
They're going to give him the 35 on the run. 11:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Duke's in the shotgun. Stam in the backfield. Got to imagine they're going right back to him. That's probably been their most successful play here in the second half. Dukes gets the snap, looking to throw, rolls to the right, being chased by a couple of Rebels. Throws back across the middle, finds Del Dukes at the 40. He falls forward, good enough for a Bobcats first down.
Immediately tackled by Kason Johnson, number 10.
Also in on the play was number 64, Kobe Stokes.
Clock stops with 10:58 left to go. It will wind now as they set the sticks. Ball placed at the Bobcat 43-yard line. Brings up 1st and 10. Trips to the left. They send a man in motion. That's Arends as they're going to run the option. As cut upfield by Dukes as he runs into a couple of Rebels before Carter Hoffman's there to finish him off. That's a loss of 1 on the play.
That's a lot of running for a loss of 1.
It's a great job by the Rebels defense to kind of set the edge, force Dukes to have to cut that upfield where they can cut into a linebacker. Good run defense there from the Rebels, keeping with their fundamentals. Trips to the left. Stam in the backfield to the right of Dukes. Armani Dukes Gets the snap, looking to throw, fires immediately. Has a man out in the flats. That's Arenz on the bubble screen as he's going to find some space out across the 45 to the 50 as he steps out of bounds. That'll bring up third down and about 4 for the Bobcat offense. It's the first time we've seen a bubble screen there. As it looks like they want to try to get the ball into the hands. Number 23, Ryan Arenz in some space. Trips to the left, one receiver right, Stam in the backfield. As they get the snap, Duke's looking to throw again. Fires over the middle behind his intended receiver as he had Zach Hasty at the Rebel 35-yard line. He was open. It falls incomplete. With 10 minutes even, it'll be 4th and 4. Ball placed at midfield.
That'll bring up a 4th down and 4 yards to go from the first down.
They went right back to that same concept, Rob. They faked the bubble screen, threw it deep. They were open. Unfortunately, they were unable to execute. Duke's in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. That's Arenz. They're going to give it to Stam up the gut. Good enough for a first down as he rumbles across the 45 to about the Rebel 43.
Tackle made by number 60, Talon Pace.
Clock continues to wind under 9:52 to go. Rebels defense on this drive is bent, but they haven't broken. As Duke's in the gun. He's got trips to his right. Stam to his right as well in the backfield. As they get the snap, Duke's rolling that way, looking to throw, has some room as he's going to tuck it and run before he's pushed out of bounds at the close to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3 on the play. Brings up second down and about 7.
Gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 9:30 to go in the game.
It'll be 2nd and 7.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Duke's in the pistol with Stam, the deep back. 9:30 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Bobcats get the snap. They're going to hand to Stam up the middle. Spins off of a tackle before he's taken down.
Carter Stokes, number 63.
And we have an injured player on the play as that was a big collision at the end. As we're going to take a break, you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KADQ and 101.7 for our friends out in Fremont County.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com.
Shout out to the EMS, Aaron, that are here every week and don't get used very often, but we're sure glad they are here when they're needed.
We're also glad they're not used very often, as it depends on the spot. They haven't moved the far side stick. Looks like it'll be 3rd and short, but that's not important at the moment right now. But you're hoping that the player is all right. We're going to go to another commercial break as you're watching 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KADQ and 101.7.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels football team online at mylocalradio.com. 9:17 left to go in the ball game. Fortunately, the player is back to his feet and is able to walk off, as it'll be ball is placed at the Rebel 34-yard line as we get back to action. Looks like it's going to be third and very short, maybe a yard or so. As that was a big collision at the end of that last play. Duke's in the backfield. Chris Arenz is the back next to him, as you got trips to the right. And the shotgun. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff. They're going to throw, looking to throw. They go deep down the sideline. That is caught into the end zone for a touchdown, as that was Zach Hasty with the reception for 6. 8:59 left to go. The Bobcats get on the board. As with 8:59 left to go in the ball game, looks like the Bobcats are going to go for 2. They look over to the sideline, getting the play. Looks like Arenz is going to be the back.
Beautifully thrown ball, Aaron.
They're able to cut it here. It'd be cut it to 12. Be a 2-touchdown game. As Duke's in the gun. Gets the shotgun, going to run the option to the right, cuts it back up the middle, and it'll depend. They're going to give it to him. As he reaches out across the goal line, 2-point conversion is good. As with 8:59 left to go here in the fourth quarter, it is 20-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ. We'll be right back after this.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. In the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com. Bobcats will kick. It's a different kicker than it was earlier in the game, as it's Cody Bomigan. And if you're the Rebels, this could be an onside, so you got to be ready. Looks like the Rebels have stacked that side of the field. It's Bomigan. Attacks, approaches, kicks. That ball is low. It is an onside kick. It is in the legs of the Rebels. It'll depend on who grabbed it, because it was number 22 for the Rebels. Tony Maldonado had that ball in between his legs and was able to come up with it. As Maldonado looks a little upset with himself, but he made the play, Rob. They don't ask how. They just ask if you do it.
Yep, it looked like almost a shortstop trying to pick it up on a grounder.
Well, that makes it 1st and 10 Rebels. Ball on the 46-yard line of the Rebels. Rob, do you like the onside kick right there?
I actually was thinking they would probably attempt it. With only 9 minutes to go and the way the Rebels have been running the ball in the second half, time is definitely on the favor of the Rebels. You needed the possession.
The only problem is no matter what, if the Rebels have to punt it away from here, it's going to be farther down the field that the Bobcats will have to drive. Rebels will hand to Hudson Perry on the counter as he fumbles the ball into the hands of the Bobcats. Turnovers again for the Rebels. Bobcats will get the ball on their own 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Bobcats, and the Rebels ball security again, Rob.
Well, you've had only one turnover this whole season, and they have more than tripled that, quadrupled it today.
The 1st and 10 Bobcats, ball on their own 48-yard line, and now it's time for the defense to try to make another big play.
They've been on the field for quite a while, Aaron.
As you don't want this game to get any closer. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, as Duke's in the shotgun.
As he gets the snap, looking to throw, looks right, fires as they go deep, has a man open, and it's caught. That's a good touchdown-saving tackle by Desch. Or else that's a...
we have a flag on the play, Aaron. I think we're going to get a hold.
Indeed we are. That's going to back the Bobcats up.
And I do not believe the coaching staff from Hot Springs High School is happy with that call.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people around that sideline not happy with the call. Well, I was watching the ball, so I didn't see anything, but that's a heck of a throw. Back-to-back really good throws.
That was a great ball.
From Armani Dukes, who's shown some gumption after throwing 3 picks early in the game. Showing some bounce-back ability. As if you're the Rebels, though, they have looked at Zach Hasty on a go route twice in a row.
We're going to bring up a 1st and 20.
Going to huddle up for something with the referee crew.
Be interesting to know what they're talking about. Unfortunately, we never will know. I've always wondered sometimes what those huddles are about. As you can see, hand motions as it's 1st and 20. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Dukes in the pistol. As they send a man in motion, it's Yarrington. Snap is low. Dukes is able to pick it up. It's an option. Pitch late to Yarrington. Cuts it back up the middle, and he is wrapped up. Taken down at the Bobcat 35-yard line. Loss of about 3 on the play, as that play was a little discombobulated from the snap.
Yeah, due to the snap. You don't think they're talking about where they're going to be eating dinner after the game, Aaron?
Nah, probably not. Maybe.
2nd down. And
8:20 left to go.
6 to go for the 1st down.
Trips to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Dukes in the shotgun. He's got Arends to his left. Gets the snap. Looks right. Pump fakes. Comes back this way. He's going to fire deep as that ball is knocked away by Sam Leifson at the last second as Del Dukes was the intended target. That brings up 3rd down and about 25 on the play. That was good coverage there from Leifson as he got right to the hip of the receiver and kind of forced him to the sideline. I don't know if Dukes makes that catch if he's in bounds.
Yeah, pushed him to the sideline a little bit.
That 12th defender being real helpful there. 8 minutes even left to go, 20-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 3rd and 26. Bobcats have the ball. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball placed on the Bobcat 45 or 35. Dukes looks to throw, has a man in Del Dukes, where he's wrapped up at the 46-yard line, maybe the 47. That's going to make it a 4th and 10 for the Bobcats offense. As you got to imagine, Rob, this could very well be the ball game right here. Dukes lines up under center. He's going to back up. I don't think the Bobcats have taken a snap from under center yet. So Rebels got to be careful for the hard count. As Dukes right there. You can hear in the crowd mic that the coach yelling check here. As they get the snap, looks back, throws to the left. That ball is caught over the middle as he's wrapped up, taken down by Kason Johnson. Good enough for a 1st down as Cody Bombangan with the 10-yard reception as the Rebels defense in for a fight right now, Rob.
Without completing a pass in the first half, the passing game for the Bobcats is on fire in the second half.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Dukes in the shotgun. Gets the snap, drops back to pass, looking to throw. He's being chased out of the pocket as he's going to run out across the 30 before he's pushed out of bounds. Looks like it's good enough for a 1st down depending on the spot. The sticks on the far side started to move.
Noah Perry, number 2, giving him chase, and Carson Muirbrook joined in.
As the officials are actually going to mark him a yard short. 2nd and 1.
Stops the clock, though, by running out of bounds.
6:56 or 6:58 left to go. As we're going to get timeout called by the Rebels. Give that defense a quick breather. As you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team, online at mylocalradio.com. 6:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. Bobcats marching down the field. Ball on the Rebel 26, 2nd and 1. Duke's in the gun, trips to the right, gets the snap, looks to throw, pump fakes, looking for a man. Fires, that is over the head, nearly picked off by Jaden Desch. As they tried that double move again, falls incomplete, 3rd and 1 on the Rebel 26-yard line.
Jaden is slapping his helmet because he knows he had a second chance today to get that one.
Yeah, that's a touchdown. If Desch makes that catch, I think he's gone.
Dash and Johnson.
3rd and 1, ball on the 26-yard line, 6:53 left to go. Dukes in the gun. He's got 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. They send a man in motion. It's Yarrington. The snap they give to Aarons up the middle. Actually, it's going to be Dukes to keep it. It's going to be good enough for the first down. Picks up 4 out across the 25. Be 1st and 10 Bobcats.
Stops the clock while they reset the chains.
For the Rebels, though, they haven't allowed big chunks on this drive as it continues to keep that clock winding. But you need to stop.
Just inside the 25-yard line.
1st and 10. Trips to the right. Duke's in the shotgun. He's got a Renz to his right as well. Gets the snap. He's going to roll right, looking to throw. As he is going to throw it away before he is wrapped up, taken down, as Drake Weston was there with the pressure.
Puts the pressure on.
Once again, though, Aaron, the clock stops. That thing is not moving hardly at all.
Because Dukes was out of the pocket and the ball went across the line of scrimmage, that's why there's no intentional grounding on the play. That's a good job by Dukes knowing, where to go with the ball if you can't find a receiver. As that's sometimes one of the toughest parts of quarterback to learn is when to just throw it away. As Dukes gets the snap, looking to throw, drops back, fires, has a man in Adele Dukes, and he is wrapped up, taken down after a gain of about 6 on the play. They'll bring up 3rd and 4 as the clock winds down to 6:15 left to go.
Sam Leifson with the tackle.
They're going to send trips left. Dukes in the pistol. Chris Arenz behind him. As Dukes gets the snap, gives to Arenz up the middle. Rumbling, tumbling to the goal line before he is popped. The ball comes out. As if they call that a fumble. The Rebels are on top of it. It depends because Jaden Desch came in there and laid a licking on the ball carrier Arenz. He is up. Hopefully he's whoa.
Jaden Desch is looking the worst out of the hit, but Sam Leifson had the recovery on the fumble. But the question is the call on the field.
As that's not as important right now as they're checking on the player. As he stood up and he went down. I haven't seen a signal yet.
Desch was coming full steam from the other side.
As they're getting the Rebels ball. Looks like that's a turnover. It is Rebels ball. Jaden Desch comes in with the big hit. Forces the fumble.
Desch made the hit. Samuel Leifson made the recovery.
As the Thermopolis sideline has to be careful. There's multiple coaches out there arguing.
That is what I would call a goal line stand.
I was going to say, that's a real big play there by Desch. Doesn't allow the score, forces a turnover. But if you're the Rebels here, you have to hold on to the ball.
5:52 going into the ball game, Aaron.
20-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Desch stops it from being a one-score game. Hoffman under center. Noah Perry, the D-back, standing on his goal line. As they're going to give to Perry up the gut, rumbles forward. As the a flag comes out late. As I think the Bobcats are going to be called for a late hit. Rebels need to walk away right now. As Noah Perry waved, you shouldn't do that. Just walk away. As we'll wait the call. I don't know, did you see anything late on that play?
I did not.
Rebels break the huddle, but they haven't allowed for the call yet. Face mask called against the Bobcats as it'll march the ball up 15 yards. More importantly, it gives the Rebel offense a little bit more space to work with.
A lot more breathing room out there.
5:45 left to go.
Ball's on the 23-yard line, first down.
Clock will wind as the Rebels can use as much clock as possible. Hoffman under center gets the snap. They don't use very much, but he's going to keep it around the left side. Cuts it up the middle to the 30. Off of a tackle to the 35, nearly out to the 40. Hoffman's going to pick up the first down. As I think he's asking the official about the couple of players that landed on him after he was down. If you're the Rebels, though, you have to keep your composure. I'd like to see them use a little bit more clock before they snap this ball.
Yeah, wait till you get the back, Judge, to give you a little bit of countdown. Still keeping an eye on Jaden Desch because he came off that play after that hard hit. Not back in the ball game. You've got Daniel Smith and Kason Johnson in the wideout slots.
I don't know. He's on the sideline laughing. He looks to be a little all right. Snap to Hoffman as he's going to keep it around the left side to the 40, out across the 30 as we're going to get a flag on the play. The clock's going to continue, but the flag, there's 2 flags on the play actually.
One came in back in the secondary. I'm not sure what that was unless it's some extracurricular activity going on after the play.
And the other one's in the area of holding. We await the official signs. Personal foul. Hit to the head. Called against the Bobcats. As I guess both flags were the same call. As the Rebels are going to march up 15 more yards into Bobcat territory.
Is that clock stuck, Aaron, or is it just me?
The clock does seem to like it hasn't moved yet, but penalties have really aided the Rebels' drive as they huddle up about 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage and make the mad dash. They could have taken their time as they have more time.
On the 38-yard line.
Hoffman under center, gets the snap as he gives to Perry up the gut out to the 35 to about the 33 as he's wrapped up, taken down.
Number 60, Logan Defoe once again.
It'll bring up second down.
And he'll take a rest. Gave Noah Perry a big bear hug and brought him down.
Gain of 6 on the play, second down and 4.
Trips to the right. One receiver left. Noah Perry, the deep back. 4:30 left to go in the ball game. Hoffman gets the snap as he fumbles the ball. It's on the ground. And, Dukes had an opportunity to pick it up, actually make that hasty. He saw what I saw, which was nothing in front of him. Rebels catch a huge break there as Smith was able to jump on it.
Number 16, Daniel Smith, picked it up. I saw the same thing you saw, Aaron. He looked up and saw green grass in front of him and thought he was going to the house. Just forgot one thing.
The ball.
Yep.
I was going to say, he saw a goalpost and a bunch of horses in the background. Rebels catch a huge break there. Got to think at practice this week they're going to talk about holding on to the ball, as that's way too many fumbles in the contest and fumbles that have nearly cost them. Hoffman in the shotgun. Perry behind him, gets the snap as he's going to run the option to the right. Hoffman cuts back and just eats it. That's a good play there from Carter just because that keeps the clock moving. And it also doesn't put the ball in danger. With 3:54 left to go, you are ahead by 2 scores.
Number 77.
As I imagine, we got a timeout called on the
initial hit.
Got a illegal block.
Oh, there is a flag on the field. Okay. They're going to decline it. I think that's the right call, too, because if you allow the Rebels to run another play, they can run off more clock. And now you force them into a 4th and about 8. And we'll see what the Rebels do.
I'm not sure who your backup punter is, Aaron, if Jaden is not.
Yeah, Jaden doesn't have his helmet, so I don't think he's coming back in this one. Rebels offense looks like they're out on the field. As Hoffman under center. Got trips to the right. Clock continues to wind under 3:30 left to go. As Hoffman's checking that back, Judge. I think he's going to use as much clock as possible.
Maybe a situation where you can take a delay of game penalty to make the punt a little bit more useful.
little bit of movement on that front line. We're going to get a timeout called as a defensive tackle in the middle of the line for the Bobcats jumped, but he's able to get back on sides. As a timeout called with 3:12 left to go. Rebels just using as much clock as possible. We'll see what they decide to do. My personal thing is I would just, if you have someone who could punt the ball out of the back of the end zone, just do that and force them to drive 80 yards to try to score that first touchdown that they need. And you got to imagine time's going to come off that clock. So you're ahead by 2 scores. If you can force them to have to make long drives, that's really going to help the cause out defensively.
Yeah, I don't think it's wise to give them the ball on the 40-yard line, that's for sure. So I know that you've got several different players that can punt.
And as we stay here throughout the timeout, you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ. If I believe Fonsbeck does some kicking, right? Yeah, it is Dylan Fonsbeck. Looks like he's going to.
Well, he's going to line up as a receiver,
actually.
yeah.
As Hoffman under center, it's a big play in the ball game to be 4th and 10 as the Bobcats jump, and we're going to get a late flag as it's encroachment called against the Bobcats. And that makes the decision a little more interesting, as it could have been called before the timeout too. I think that time one of the offensive linemen moved with him. Brings up 4th and 5 with 3:12 left to go in the ball game. This is a much more manageable, and you feel a little bit better about giving the ball inside the 35 than at the 40. I don't know what it is, but the extra 5 yards, that's an extra 5 that the Bobcats have to go on the opposite side.
Looks like Coach Larson had changed up the play, but why not try the hard count one more time, Aaron?
I was going to say it's worked 3 times in a row. Just didn't get the call the first time. Rebels in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hoffman's got Perry next to him. Snap is high, and Hoffman's going to boot it away as that bounces in the 10 to the goal line. That's going to, that ball nearly rolled sideways, but it will be a touchback. And, I like that from the Rebels, though. That's a really good call. Like them line up, and they don't bring a punt returner back because with Carter punting the ball, you never know. They could get a return. That's a returnable kick, but they forced the defense to have to play in the box, and they punted away. I like that call right there, as that'll force the Bobcats to have to go 80 yards to make this a 1-score game.
I guess it answers the question, who else can punt on the Rebel roster?
Daniel Smith replaces Desch at safety. Duke's in the shotgun. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Arenz in the backfield. As he gets the snap, looks, going to throw, pump fakes. And he is hauled or swallowed up in the pocket as they blow him dead.
Carson Muirbrook. That was a smart move on Dukes' part, though, because he looked downfield to see his receivers. Coverage by the Rebels was good in the secondary. Better to eat it than to put a ball in an interception.
Clock continues to wind, under 2:40 left to go. 20 seconds have run off the clock since that last play. Trips to the left. Duke's looking to throw, has some time, fires deep downfield, and that is overthrown everyone. As Duke's let that ball go from the 10, it landed at the Rebel 45. That's an impressive throw.
I believe Dukes is a sophomore, is that correct?
One of the Dukes is. That one is a sophomore, yeah. Armani Dukes has an arm. That was quite the throw. He overthrew the coverage. It'll be 3rd and 11, 2:30 left to go in the ball game. Rebels on top, 20-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Bobcats send 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Dukes gets the snap, looking to throw. He's going to roll to the left. Fires on the run, has a man that's incomplete. Carter Hoffman on the coverage as they tried to find Ryan Arenz at the 30-yard line.
And you can credit Colby Stokes, number 64, putting some pressure on the quarterback.
That'll bring up 4th and 11 with 2:24 left to go in the ball game. See what the Bobcats draw up here, 4th and long. They're going to send trips to the right. Wouldn't be surprised they took a timeout to talk about this one. Instead, they're going to keep the timeout, it looks like, as Dukes has trips to his right. That's Chris Arenz in the backfield with him. Snap. Dukes rolls to the right, looking to throw. escapes the pocket out across the 20, looking to run before he's taken down out of bounds by Carter Hoffman, but not enough for the first down. That'll be turnover on downs. Rebels will get the ball deep in Bobcats territory. Opportunity to salt this one out. Great play there from your quarterback, Carter Hoffman.
2 minutes and 17 seconds. Aaron, can you take a knee?
No, because they have all 3 timeouts left.
There you go. Good answer.
But what you can do is you can run the clock to nearly the end.
And you can wait for that snap until you're just about to receive the delay of game penalty. I would anticipate Noah Perry seems to be a good option in this situation, but yes, he is in the backfield.
Ball security, that's the biggest thing right now for the Rebels, as they're going to send 3 to the right side. Hoffman under center, Perry the deep back, trips right, 2:17 left to go in the ball game. 1st and 10, Rebels on the Bobcat 25. As they get the snap up the middle to Perry, he rumbles forward out to about the 20-yard line, gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5.
Tackle made by number 75, Cruz Mascoro.
Number 75.
So I like what the Rebels are doing right now. Usually they send a player in to get the play call. Carter Hoffman's running over to Coach Larson, getting the play, running back to the huddle. This allows for more time to come off the clock. As with 1:50 to go, Coach Larson fires in another message to his team. It's Hoffman under center. Perry, the deep back, trips to the right. 1 receiver left. As the back judge yells 10. Now it's just Carter Hoffman to count. As they hand to Perry up the middle, rumbles forward, out across the 15-yard line, as we'll see if that's close enough for a first down, as indeed it is. With 1:19 left to go, Rebels pick up the first down, and that should do it, Rob.
Brody Sorensen, number 77, on the tackle for the Bobcats. And Noah is a workhorse in these kind of situations. Same situation against Monticello. Multiple carries towards the end of the game. Strong runs from Noah up the middle.
1:07 left to go. Clock continues to wind as we are now officially under a minute left to go as the Rebels look to salt away another victory and improve to 5-1 overall. Hoffman under center, trips right. As Hoffman gets the snap, gives to Perry up the middle. He is wrapped up, stopped. He's continuing to fight forward, also getting help from a teammate there. As that was number 56, Kason Huffaker, trying to push Noah forward. Clock will wind down, under 33 left to go, as I don't think the Rebels have to snap it again. As they've huddled up. Clock winds 22. As Daniel Smith walks over the sideline, gets the play. Back to the huddle as with 13 left to go, Rebels are going to break the huddle.
I do believe you're going to see your favorite formation, Aaron.
And that is victory formation as Noah Perry lines up right behind Carter Hoffman. They take the snap, knee it down, and that'll do it as the Rebels pick up another victory at home as they take care of the Thermopolis Bobcats 20-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As you're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
With the JV playing at 4 o'clock and the varsity at 7.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
We're off to the rodeo. My Local Rodeo is proud to bring you live streaming coverage of high school rodeo from Utah and Wyoming, as well as the Intermountain Icebreaker of the National High School Rodeo Association's Western Legacy Series in 2023 and 2024. If you're interested in becoming a broadcast sponsor and advertising your business to the most loyal group of viewers in the country, you won't find a better opportunity. Call us today to claim your spot, 307-789-8116. That's 307-789-8116. We're off to the rodeo.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Independent Software Solutions post-game show. As you can see the final score on your screen if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com as the Rebels take care of the Bobcats 20-8 on the station on main scoreboard. What was really a defensive battle, Rob, and that's what it really came down to is Rebels defense got a couple of takeaways in very plus territory, and they were able to capitalize on those, plus the really long touchdown run from Noah Perry. As it is time for your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, and for that we turn it over to Rob Leifson.
Well, Carter Hoffman with a 17-yard run early in the second quarter to make it 6-0 with the missed PAT. That's where we stood at halftime. In the third quarter, Rebels come right out of the locker room. Noah Perry with a 41-yard run that you just mentioned. PAT, two-point conversion from Carter Hoffman makes it a 13-0 lead for the Rebels. And then the next possession, Carter Hoffman with a 5-yard touchdown run, and it is 19-0. PAT makes it 20-0. Hot Springs High School has a 35-yard pass, beautiful ball thrown for a touchdown to make it 6-20. And then it simply became a matter of the clock, Aaron. Defense, you talked about it. They bent, but they didn't break. And there was several opportunities. The fumble, unfortunately, from the Rebels again, after we've praised them all season long for not turning the ball over, fumbled it once again, but unfortunately the Bobcats couldn't turn that one into points, and that's the end of the ball game, 20-8.
Yeah, that's kind of make a mention of that play made by Jaden Desch to force that last fumble for the Bobcats. Looked like he took himself out of the game as well on the play as he came over as the back was kind of, I don't want to say dancing around, but looking to cut, and as he did, Desch collided with him, and I think that was a shot that took both the players out of the game, which you hate to really see. But the one thing that stands out about this game to me, defense, how hard both these teams were hitting. If you were a ball carrier, it was not an easy day. You didn't get a lot of, lightly tapped to the ground. Ball carriers were getting pelted today by defensive players as both these teams' defense is very stout.
Rebels able to pick up 14 first downs to the Bobcats 9, 188 yards rushing for the Rebels to the 107 for the Bobcats, and they outthrew the Rebels for 93 yards. Rebels only 4 completed pass for 40 yards. The big difference, the turnovers. 3 fumbles lost by the Bobcats, 3 for the Rebels, but 3 interceptions by the Bobcats as well.
As that has been your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap on the Independent Software Solutions post-game shows. You're listening to the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ. When we come back, we'll have your Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play the Game.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankham. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankham, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankham at 789-8910.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth in the middle of the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team, online at mylocalradio.com. It is time for the Dr. McKay Franco Precision Play of the Game, and for that we turn it over to Rob Leifson.
Aaron, I think there was one that changed the momentum of the game. The Rebels are up 2 scores, and the Bobcats are knocking on the door, and Jaden Desch came flying, and I mean flying in, and laid a hit on that coughed up the ball. That one, if the Bobcats push it in, we got a different ball game. That one turned the tables on the ball game, changed the momentum completely.
Yeah, the Bobcats were looking to make it a 1-score game at that moment. Desch's big play takes that touchdown, or would have been touchdown, off the board. As that is your Dr. McKay Franco Precision Play of the Game. We come back, we'll have your Crawford Troth Player of the Game, as well as your calendar update. You're watching the 2023 Rich Rebels varsity football team online at mylocalradio.com, as well as listening in on 98.3 KDQ.
Whether you're having a great day or not, food always makes it better. Delicious, fresh-cooked favorites like a juicy cheeseburger, a thick raspberry shake, onion rings, fries, or River Bridge soda. A grilled chicken wrap always hits the spot. And don't forget twisted ice cream cones. They never disappoint. Have the always friendly and helpful staff at the Crawford Trough, and you've got the perfect recipe for a perfect meal. Something tasty from the Crawford Trough always makes your day better. Stop in today. The Crawford Trough, Randolph.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It's time for the Crawford Troth Player of the Game on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show. And Rob, quite a few Rebels had some good days today. Who do you got for us?
There's a lot of people you can throw this in, and maybe we're making up for maybe some past games, but we're going to give it to number 2, Noah Perry. 11 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. He has been a workhorse in several games, especially late in the game when you're concerned about ball control. And he just, I don't know if it's just endurance or what, but he came through big again today, and he has all season. So we'll give it to Noah Perry.
That is your Crawford Troth Player of the Game on the Independent Software Solutions postgame show, as it is time for your calendar update. The next broadcast for volleyball will be tomorrow at Wendover as the Rebels continue their road trip after taking care of Tintic today. They'll hit Wendover before they come home, as the Rebels looking to remain undefeated in region play, as the next football game will be next week at Lovell. 7 o'clock start, Rob. Football under the lights. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. You also get volleyball next week at North Summit on Thursday night, as well as at Cokeville on Friday, and then Saturday is open? Can that be true? No, volleyball against Altamont at home.
I was going to say, no, we talked about making the trip to Lovell and having to get back for the volleyball game the next day. So
yeah, my calendar rolled on me when I got back there. So
you got my hopes up, Rob. But we appreciate everyone listening in. We appreciate all of our sponsors. We appreciate everyone that allows us to do this, because, man, this is one of the most fun things that you could ever do. As without our sponsors, none of this is possible. And without the players out on the field, this isn't possible as well. So thank you to everyone. But until next time, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on mylocalradio.com.